Yeah. Whoa. I speak. We change lives, Jesus. I speak.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. Step into my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi, TP family. Good evening, TP family. How's everyone doing? I also want to know how everyone did during this 2 weeks break that we went on. What did everyone do? What did you learn? Did you rewatch our previous episodes? What did you do? I would like to know. Put it in the live chat right now. Exactly what you did. Did you go on a break yourself whereby you didn't rewatch our videos? Did you go on a holiday with your family and friends, or like what did you do? I'm very interested to know. So just put it in the live chat. And I just want to say it feels so good to say this again. The TP Masterclass is back live on YouTube. I'm Tennis Shells, as most of you know, and I am the host. And on behalf of the entire team, I want to welcome you to our very first live session since the break that we went on for the last 2 weeks. Now, some of you might be wondering why did we go on a break? We did put something on the community tab for everyone to read. But the reason why we went on the break was because growth is not just about constant action, it's also about the rhythm that we indulge in. And sometimes we need to pause, reflect, and rest. And that's exactly what this break was about. So I really hope everyone you took the time out to reflect and reset and just pause and just really take it in every episode that we had in season one. Oh, this is also season two. So season one of TP Masterclass, we had 31 episodes. And season two, we don't know how many episodes we are going to have. We just wait to see. So I really hope it wasn't a step back, it was a step deeper for us to really reflect on ourselves. And tonight we will just continue the journey together. Before the break, we covered so much ground, from emotional intelligence to the psychology of risk to identity and discipline and habit formation. And we had over 31 powerful sessions, which are already on our channel. If you want to catch up, we have the playlist at season one TP Masterclass. So if you want a quick catch up, you can always go on our on YouTube on our channel and then click on the playlist. It will be right there. But tonight marks a new chapter. This season of the TP Masterclass is designed to even go much deeper than before, which will be more practical psychological tools, more strategies for resilience, and more real transformation in your trading journey. So before we begin, if you're a first timer here on our TP Masterclass after our break, I just want to give you a big shout out that thank you for joining us. And if you're also tuning in for the first time, just put it in the live chat right now and say first time here so that I can give you a shout out. Oh, some people say that they studied on what have they have written down before we were on the break. That's good. That's good. And oh, Nelson said that he has been watching the previous episode. And Ronald also said, I like the new TP series. Yay. I'm so glad that you guys went back to just reflect on our old videos because they were truly powerful sessions that we had. So if you're a first timer, just remember to put first time in the live chat so that I can give you a shout out. And if you're also new here and you're wondering where to begin, do not worry. We have set it up for you on our playlist, which is now called Season 1 of TP Masterclass. And once you click into it, you should see a video with a title, What is Really Trading Psychology? That is where I would like for you to start from. This episode will help you understand why we are doing this and what this community is really about, because we don't only talk about charts, we deal with the mindset behind every trade that you take. Another thing is we have not stopped this habit that we built during the 31 episodes that we had. From Monday to Friday, we post what we call the TP declarations. It's just a picture with few powerful words written on it. Sometimes we do let you know the instructions on how to repeat the declaration for yourself. Either speak it 7 times or 3 times, or speak it to yourself by looking into the mirror, something like that. So every time you scroll on our channel, in the community tab, just pause for a second and just read it out loud. Speak it over your day. Let it enter into your mind, because fix your mind to fix your trading. And just speak it before you take any trades for the day. From Monday to Friday, We post it every single day from Monday to Friday, usually in the mornings. So always check on our channel in the mornings to get your TP declarations. Another thing is we truly respect the space that we have built here for the TP Masterclass. So I would like for everyone to take a moment wherever you are just to breathe in this season 2 of TP Masterclass so that you are ready to receive the information that we have available for you today. Remove every distraction. Make sure to grab your notebook or your journal or whatever you use to take notes. uh, I don't want you to just watch us. I would like for you to participate in everything that we are doing. I would like for you to participate by taking notes in your notebook and in your journal because I don't want you to just watch. I want you to really participate in everything that we are doing because something you may hear today, you can just jot it down and then you'll be able to reflect back on it. Now, one quick but serious reminder before I leave. I would like for you guys to really respect this space that we have built. Um, we started this journey during a few months back and we did 31 episodes. And we built a really good platform that we would like for you not to disrespect anyone on this platform. I want you guys to be very respectful. Just keep the same culture that we built before. It's not anything personal. We just don't want people to be distracted with what we want to teach them for today. So without any further talking, I will just leave for now and then I'll come back. So thank you guys and stay tuned for more.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as I know we have a very global audience here. Very, very happy to take part in my very first episode at the TP Masterclass. So, a great, great welcome to everyone. I would just like to introduce myself first and foremost. I have been in the Forex space for over 5 years now since COVID, which was really quite a life-changing experience. I can say not just for me, but for everyone on this chat, and was a time of great stress and turmoil and uncertainty. Just to give a little bit of context of what got me started in this industry, is I was working a very common job in UK, in the United Kingdom, where I stay currently. And during COVID, I lost my job, and it opened me up to this fear of actually anything can happen in this world and things change in the blink of an eye, and nothing is certain in this world. So you have to really, really work hard to build yourself up, build your skill set, be able to adapt to any situation in this life. And through that process, I found Forex and I found this entire beautiful, chaotic industry, which I have discovered a passion for. And I'm here now and I'm really grateful. Love to see the chat welcoming me. So I'm very grateful to be here. My primary role would be to provide you with a market watch, to give you a week overview of what happened in the markets, how did the markets move, specifically the indices and commodity gold and US 30 and JUR 30 markets, and look into how did we take advantage, how can we take advantage of what happened the past week, and paint a picture for the following week. So that is what I will be coming on here to do. But it will be a lot more than that. It will not just be me giving you a technical analysis and telling you the market will go from A to B and B to C and so on. I'm trying to paint a picture that I'm sure every trader in this space is very familiar with, is that as a trader, when you look at the market, it can almost seem like you're trying to create a puzzle, to fit things into a puzzle, or you're trying to paint a picture and make sense of what is happening in the world. Looking at not just the technicals that the market is presenting, but also understanding that markets have an emotion, markets have a synergy, something that you need to connect with, that there's a certain way in which particular currency pairs or indices or commodities move. They have a certain behavior and a language, almost like nature itself. They have patterns that you need to recognize and you can take advantage of to make profit from. So ultimately, I am also trying to show you exactly how I view the market in itself. How do I view the market? How do I see the space? And for the past 5 years, having watched the markets day in and day out, it is a beautiful thing to have particular pairs and particular indices resonate with me, that I have achieved a certain synergy with. And this is only possible if you are fully aware of what is happening around you. The Forex market is all about what is happening in the world. What happens in the world influences the way markets move. So it's really important to stay aware, to read the news, to be very, very adaptable to what exactly is going on around the world, and not just the UK, not just the US, but overall on a global scale. So it's very important to note that this particular week was a very special one, as it was the end of the month, which is where a lot of markets historically will tend to have the most manipulation. This is because market makers and major businesses and liquidity providers are looking to close their monthly book in a profitable manner. They want to meet their targets. So they do something called window dressing. Window dressing is essentially a way to make your shop look really nice, to make the sales look really good, to make you look highly profitable for upward management reporting. Similarly, this particularly can take place with the indices and commodities markets compared to Forex currency pairs, who tend to have rebalancing towards the month end, which can cause a lot of things like front running or hedging, i.e., manipulation in the market. And this generally can be seen as major movements towards the end of the month. So I would like to divert everyone's attention to my screen, wherein I want to touch upon a very important source of information for me in my day-to-day trading, and that is the Forex Factory. The Forex Factory brings a more presentable manner to look at the news and how this may impact your trading. So the most important days of this week to note were Thursday and Friday, because they both presented red folders, which is high impact news. And these often rock the market quite a lot and can produce huge movements in the market. So we can see that the US dollar had two very important news releases. So there was a preliminary GDP valuation, and you get a description here for anyone who's not familiar with what GDP is, which is the change in the value of goods and services produced by the economy. The GDP is often significant because it shows what is the growth and the strength of a certain country. So usually there's a forecast provided, and if this figure exceeds the forecast, it's very, very good for the country, very good for the US dollar economy, and translates to being great for the US 30 or Dow Jones. Similarly, unemployment claims, another massive, massive indicator of an economy. Unemployment is very simply put how many people or how many individuals have actually filed for unemployment insurance, meaning that they do not have a job or they have lost their job and are claiming unemployment benefits. So you want this figure to remain low. And that's exactly what happened. So compared to the forecast and compared to the previous data release, this actually was positive because it reduced. The unemployment claims reduced and the GDP figures grew. So immediately I'm thinking, this is great. This is positive for the US dollar. And that's exactly what happened. So if I stop sharing my screen and just show you what the markets did, what the Dow Jones did this past week. The Dow Jones gave beautiful moves this week. It respected structure, it had an upward trend, and I do apologize for all the markups on my screen. It is my real and true organic markups that I wanted to show each and every one of you to see how I view the market. So, having done my fundamental analysis, having read the news, and having seen that there was quite a bit of easing in the tariffs, which was shaking the markets in the past months, that there was a more bullish sentiment now as there was an easing off. And there's also a hopes around a US Russia summit with the potential to ease geopolitical tensions. And this is increasing overall investor sentiment. It's creating a positive atmosphere. And this is directly being translated in the charts, where you can see that post the tariff runoff, the sell off that was caused by the tariffs, the markets not just recovered, but created all time highs 3 times consecutively this past month alone. We saw the US 30 hit all time high and then come down for a correction and then hit it again and again, which is very, very positive. So we were looking bullish, all the way bullish. Now, this sentiment remains the same going into the next month, as what we're hoping to see is precisely this. Currently, as you can see, I am looking at a sell-off. However, that simply being a correction to the massive bull run that took place this past week with this huge green candlestick here. So I'm looking for a correction of the imbalance that was caused here and then a continuation. So all in all, overall sentiment remains very bullish for the Dow Jones. And then looking into the GER 30. The GER 30 is the German top 30 companies, and it is an indices similar to the US 30, but for the German market. So we noticed that the GER 30 market has been in quite a tight range for a while now. It has been in this range since the start of July. However, it's important to note that the GER 30 still, even though it had a bearish run this week, still remains at a very high point in the market. And all you need to do is to change your perspective and zoom out and have a look at exactly what has been going on. We can see that the German 30 has had a huge bull run, However, it's stuck in a bit of a range right now. It's important to note that it still had a great run over this month, where it has been hitting all-time highs, and this marks the 5th consecutive weekly gain in this market, with index up over 1% this week and achieving an almost year-to-date rise of more than 19%, which is very, very impressive indeed. So going into the next month, we're really looking for this market to break out of this range. So we want to keep our focus on exactly how this market is going to break away from this range here. However, I am still looking at a very bullish sentiment. And you may notice that currently I do have an alert set on this trade because I am in a buy. I am in a buy and have not closed my positions over the weekend. The only thing that could cause the market potentially to go down quite severely is to be aware of the looming fears this week that were caused because of the Turkey-Israel tensions that are rising and escalating slightly. So it would be interesting to see how both nations react to this and to see exactly how the markets will also react to this, because we all know that war has always translated very negatively in the market space, as it is a very negative thing to have in this world. So in that sense, I still remain quite bullish for both indices, the US 30 and the GER 30, through this next month. And I'm very excited to continue coming on these sessions on a weekly basis to continue the momentum that we have gained here. So thank you very much for listening.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
All right. Hello, TP family. Hope you guys are doing okay. Just drop some numbers in the chat if you guys can hear me very well. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me very well. Hello, everyone. And also a big welcome to everybody joining the TP Masterclass for the very first time. I'd just like to say welcome once again. And yeah, also a big shout out to Niv. I certainly learned a lot. I love the way that the details are really precisely spoken of. And it was very informative, and it's something I'll definitely look back in terms of, you know, a market overview in terms of fundamentals for sure. 100%. It's something that I do, and especially I trade indices myself. So that was definitely great. Thank you very much, Niv, for that market watch overview. And yes, another TP masterclass. I'm super excited to be with every single person. We did have a break, as you guys can probably tell. I'm really excited to be with you guys for the next moment or so. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how most of us spend our time. It's very important to understand that time will absolutely expose you or promote you. It will reveal the very things that you studied, or the things that you may have said that you studied. And at the end of the day, the fruits of it are going to show whether you actually studied or not, right? What do I mean? We've been speaking a lot about habit formation. We've been speaking about setting the right principles, having the right mindset. Most importantly, in other words, if I had to accumulate everything that I've just mentioned, it's more so to do with laying the correct foundation for your trading journey. That is the most important factor when it comes to your trading. All right. So that's very, very important. Just drop some number ones in the chat if you guys have been studying, have been building foundations. Type in the chat foundations if you've genuinely been building foundations. If you haven't been building foundations, then there's no need to put it. All right. But yeah, just type some number ones, or just type the word foundations in the chat. If you guys have been taking the time to build foundations, there's many ways to build foundations. You could have decided to go on all of our previous videos and really taking the time to study a lot of the principles that we spoke of, that we taught, the edge segment, and many of the different concepts that we've gone over in the last couple of weeks on our 30 episodes when it comes to the trading psychology. Okay, so we do have a few people in the chat. Foundations. Okay, is it just 3 people? Foundations? Let me know. We do have quite a few people here today. Let me know if you guys actually were away building the right foundations. Again, you don't need to lie. You can just definitely put it if you've definitely been building the right foundations. If you haven't, then you need to start building the right foundations. All right. Well, there's quite a few people that are in the chat now. Foundations, foundations, foundations. Love that word. All right. So, guys, once again, I don't want to spend too much time introducing myself, but for those of you, especially if you are brand new, my name is Willis Arome, and I'm going to be diving deep, especially in the next couple of weeks, or until the rest of the time, right? I'm going to be diving very, very deep into the idea of habit formation because it's very important. In fact, it's almost like the lifeblood of who we are in terms of our success in trading and everything that we want to accomplish in life. Sometimes I may reference certain things that have a lot to do with trading because at the end of the day, this is a trading psychology masterclass, right? But then I would also reference a lot of the things that have to do with life in general. You will often hear me speak on things such as life principles, or maybe things in areas that can affect not just your trading, but your business, your work, your relationships in terms of your family, right? The way you think, the way you speak, the way you declare over yourself, the way you change your habits. These are all just components and factors that have to do with exactly the same thing. And as to the reason why every single person is here week in and week out. So this is also why I'm very excited to be back on the TP Masterclass after a break. And as I believe Shells perfectly mentioned earlier, the break wasn't necessarily a break because we wanted to pause. No, it's actually a bit like the markets, right? The markets, oftentimes we have a retracement before an expansion. So we wanted to retrace a little bit before the massive expansion. And oftentimes you'll find that in a retracement is more like something like an accumulation phase, right? We were taking the time to accumulate. We were taking the time to build the right foundations so that we can see a massive expansion in our trading psychology and our trading results and everything concerning our trading. All right. So without further ado, we'll get straight into today's segment. And I will also share my screen. Let me just make sure that's all set. Let me make sure that you guys can see my screen. One second. All right. So whilst we do that, I'm just going to see what we have. We'll have quite a lot of people saying foundations. So of course, I'm just assuming that at least half of you anyway have been building and laying the right foundation. In fact, in the meantime, oh, there we go. You guys can finally see my screen. Perfect. All right. So let's get into today's segment. Let's get straight into it without wasting any more time. Guys, first thing I want to say is all things come from small beginnings. In fact, all big things, they come from small beginnings. And very important to remember that. And the reason why I believe that this is important is for a number of reasons. Look, I've shared my testimony and I think it's important to just highlight it every now and then because I think it's really vital. It might relate to somebody who is seeing this or hearing this for the very first time. It might not necessarily relate to you, but I am certainly somebody who struggled when it comes to reading. I would read the first page of a book, second page of a book, and then by the third page, I'm already starting to fall asleep. I didn't know what it was. Now, for some reason, I didn't decide to get it checked out with the fear of saying, oh, maybe my learning habits or I have learning difficulty. Like, look, I didn't go that far. I just thought, you know what, it's just not for me. I'll just listen to audios and still get the same results. But for some reason, I also still had a desire to read, a desire to be consistent at reading. I said, look, there must be a way to, the way people love reading, I want to also have that desire to read and to really grow. And then it got to a phase where I began to read intentionally. I started to read books, not fully understanding what is meant, but just really whizzing through. And then after a while, I read it. I gained clarity and understanding. I went back and I started reading over and over and over again. Why am I sharing this with you? Because we're talking about habit formation. That over a certain period of time, a set period of time, I began to enjoy reading. Would you guys believe that it's probably even this year, I can even just reveal to you this year, especially throughout this whole masterclass, I've been building the right foundations. I've been building habits. I've been really enjoying the art of just reading. It might sound so over exaggerated to some of you. I'm not surprised, but it's a big deal for me because I'm somebody who didn't enjoy reading. And yeah, I'm not gonna say too much more. And then when it comes to writing, I used to complain that my hands would hurt when it comes to writing. Right now, yes, there are many different alternatives. You can get somebody to write for you. You can have audios, and at the end of the day, you can, when it comes to videos, you can listen to things. You can write. You can even type things. You have a MacBook. You have a laptop. You can just type things. But I had a desire to write. When you're writing, it becomes more, in my opinion, personal opinion, it's more personal. It becomes more, I can't really find the word for it, but I just said I need to really enjoy writing, even if it's to myself, journaling, which is the whole purpose of building habits as well when it comes to trading. And again, we thank God that this has been a year where a lot of these habits have come to fruition. But again, I would like to bring you back to the center of this topic, which is habit formation. Why am I mentioning this to you? Because it takes time to build successful habits. You have to be in a place of consistency over a certain period of time in order to claim those results that you're actually after. And I'll give you one better. When it comes to your consistency, when it comes to trying to achieve those results, you almost have to act as if those results, they're here, right? As if you've already got the results and you're not necessarily that excited about claiming those results. That's the kind of mentality and attitude that you have to have, almost like a never-ending type of process. You have to function in such a way where, okay, well, I've got to the place where I love the idea of trading, but I've made $100,000. Great. That's just to show you my results. It's been great. It's been life-changing, but the show still goes on. That's the mentality that you should have, right? And it's not to say you do not celebrate big wins or small milestones in terms of our accomplishments, but I think it's also important. It's an important factor to remember that we have to get to a place of habit formation where we are so not robotic. I don't want to say robotic. That's definitely the wrong. Please, nobody take what I'm saying as if just be robotic, just be like a machine. But when you build the right foundations, it's almost as if your mindset is far beyond the results, the goals that you're trying to achieve. Now you're then focused on the person you need to become every single day and showing up. You just get excited about, I'm so glad that I showed up today. I'm so glad that I followed my rules in trading today. That's what I get excited about, especially in the last couple of weeks and months, especially as I've been building the right foundations. All right. So as I continue, it's important to remember that seed time and harvest time certainly exist. What you sow as a seed today will definitely become a harvest tomorrow. So what do I mean? If you sow negative seeds, if you speak negatively about your day, you're going to see the harvest later on. If you have negative habits about your trading, eventually you're going to see the fruits of that later on. And there is definitely no strategy in the world as good and as good and as amazing that strategy is that will get you out of whatever situation that you're in until you get to the point of building quality, consistent and successful habits. All right. So let us continue. Let's talk about an oak tree. Just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Perfect. All right. An oak tree. What's so special about this oak tree? Right. Well, first of all, it takes a roundabout, and please don't get my numbers. I'm not a scientist. I certainly didn't excel in biology when it came to my studies. But if I'm not mistaken, it takes anywhere around 5 to 15 years for an oak tree to mature from the state of a small seed or an acorn into the tree that it can become. You guys all know what an oak tree may look like at a grand level. A very massive oak tree, many leaves, and also even reproducing, many acorns just falling by the side or in the area that you might be located in, right? Why I like to use the oak tree as an example is because our trading, especially when it comes to habit formation, is basically the same. The difference between the oak tree and us as human beings is that as an oak tree, even as an animal, they have a certain method, a certain way of being and doing. That's just how they naturally are, right? So there are basically structures in place for the progression of an oak tree. All right, let's look into this. When you look at an oak tree, before it becomes an oak tree, it's a small seed, it's an acorn. Okay, and just like an acorn is hidden, it goes into the ground, it can be planted, it's hidden. Just like in our own personal time, what do? We are hidden. We can be back testing our strategy. We can be consistently identifying patterns in a certain financial instrument that we're trying to see. Okay, we want to be consistent at what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, I come from a slight background and direction of more day trading and scalping. Okay, so this will relate to me in whatever way, and this might relate to you in whatever way. Some people may relate to it in such a way of day trading and swing trading, and some people are a little bit more swing trading into position trading and investing and so on and so forth. All right. But what you want to do is analyze and assess how the market moves on a daily basis. This is done in my own personal time, right? Consistently every single day when I'm live trading. Okay, what you want to do is be consistent, showing up on the day that you're supposed to trade, right? All of these things are done privately. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, we want the results that we see on social media, right? We live in such a very high and intense, informative world where there's just content upon content upon content everywhere. And sometimes it even leads us to show our results prematurely as well, right? But the work is actually done in the background, in the secret, where nobody can actually see. So if you then tell somebody, you see this little seed, this acorn, it can become such a big, a very big oak tree. Yeah, maybe they may believe you, but because they haven't physically seen it, they may just think, yeah, okay, cool, I'll get to it one day. But can you imagine if one day you decided, let me just sit there for about 5, 10, 15 years to actually see what the process looks like, right? Really crazy. But then the same thing applies for the habits that you build when it comes to your trading. Very, very important. That's the reason why in the beginning of this session, I said every single person type in the chat foundations, because what you build as the right foundation is almost like a seed. And when that seed is planted and you build the right foundations around it, which is pretty much the next topic or the next the next part that I'm going to mention, it begins to grow. It begins to have structures in place that basically supports it to get the outcome and the result that's going to come. Maybe you might not even see it straight away, but here's the interesting part. Sometimes when your season accelerates, it happens so rapid and so quick that you're like, it was an overnight success. In fact, other people look at your story and say it was an overnight success. What did you do? Please tell me and please show me how you managed to get this particular trade so very well and precise, right? And what they don't know is it takes time. It takes time. Let's look at it from another perspective. Growth through challenges. We all know that we're going to encounter challenges. How does that relate to an acorn? When an acorn is growing in the ground, right? You might think of it, okay, yeah, it's just a natural process. Okay, we move on. It's just a tree. What's so special about a tree? It's going to grow. It's going to go through the process. Well, think about this from this lens or this perspective. It has to be resilient, right? Think about all of the different things that are in the ground currently. Maybe the different seeds that are in the ground. Maybe there's different acorns in the ground. The same acorn that we're discussing, maybe there's other acorns in the ground. It goes through challenges. The same way that in our trading, we're going to go through certain setbacks. What does a setback look like? We might set up a formation or a set of routines that we want to be religious to every single day consistently. And sometimes the environment might not be correct. And I'm going to show you that later on when I show you a little bit of what my routine looks like in trading, right? But you might get to a place where you become very frustrated because you're getting to your trading desk and there's noise in the background. There's roadworks or there's a lot of construction happening. Maybe you're somebody who's a family man just like myself and you have your son or your daughter running in, or maybe you have your spouse calling you for something whilst you're trying to really be focused, right? When this is the day where you've analyzed everything perfectly, right? For the market to go in one direction or another, and you can't focus for whatever reason, you miss the entry, right? So why I say that is because you will encounter certain setbacks, even if your routine is really precisely built for yourself. What are other setbacks? You're going to go through losses. Very obvious. You go through seasons of losses. There's no perfect strategy which allows you to be 100% accurate every single time. And even if it is for a certain season, there was a season of losses before you got to that that level of consistency for a certain period of time. But you have to go through the losses. This is where you build your experience, your capacity to increase, to grow. Okay. And how you grow through these challenges will be a testament to how you now handle these challenges moving forward. What's next? You got the nurturing environment. And I spoke about this earlier. Just like a seed, just like an acorn, it needs good soil, it needs sunlight, it needs rain, water to grow. Traders also need the right and the correct environment. Just like I described to you, when I'm trading, it's important to have the right environment. If things are just too noisy and busy, honestly, for me, I just rather skip that day. Not because I cannot trade and I cannot find that particular setup, but just for my peace of mind, I'd rather not trade for that particular day. So have supporting things, or things that will support the type of results that you're trying to achieve. Have mentors in place. The reason why we are doing this masterclass is not just because we have nothing better to do on Saturday, right? But we are teaching you the principles of trading psychology, of light, of light, and being having a mindset that is prepared for you to go and transform your life in various different areas, as much as trading as well. Okay. But the whole idea is to be transformed, to change your mindset. Okay. So set your mind or change your mindset, however way you want to think about it. But once you set your mind on something, you start to put structures in place that will support you to the growth that you're trying to achieve. Strategies, building the right strategies, the good habits, boosting your chances of success as well. And then legacy. You'll probably think, okay, what does legacy have to do with, an oak tree? Think about an oak tree. Sometimes an oak tree can stay and can have been growing and reproducing for hundreds of years, right? Because that's an example of a tree or an item or something that has stood the test of time. How does that relate to your trading? Well, you want to build successful habits. You want to become the best version of yourself, because it almost feeds the people around you, in a sense of having a transformed mind. Imagine the world that you can change simply by having consistent habits. I'll give you this as an example. Let's just say that you are a person who is always late, right? Sorry if I'm stepping on a few toes here, but I can testify because I've been down that lane where every often times I try to aim to get somewhere just on time, which is not great, right? But let's just say that you're somebody who is always late. Imagine it's not, and by the way, it's not you that it affects. Yes, it's going to affect you, but imagine the other people that it affects as well, that causes inconveniences in their lives, in their structures, in their daily habits, simply because you are late. If you think that you are late, it's actually very selfish. You are not only late, but you're also affecting the structures and the systems of other people. I hope you guys are really taking this in. And I know I'm speaking about lateness here, but it relates very much to trading. If you build successful and winning habits around your life, it will eventually mirror in your trading. It will mirror in every other area of your life as well. So the goal, in fact, is not just to become a successful trader. Whatever your goal is, your goal might even be to be a trader, a desk trader, or a professional retail trader that has made 6 figures, 7 figures in terms of monetary value and goals and assets. Or you might just want to get into this industry because you want to make a certain amount of money to get into a certain type of business, because it's a great cash flow for the type of thing that you want to get into. Regardless of what the case, the scenario is, it's important to know that it all still falls back down to habits. See, if this can naturally happen for plants and seeds, for us, it also still naturally happens. But here is the difference. The difference is, whether we like it or not, we subscribe to one or the other, good or bad. There is no neutral. There is no, nothing is happening to me. Even in the time that you're not doing anything, that's also like a seed. The time that you're not studying, that's now time that you've missed out on potential growth, right? It's time that you've probably missed out from a trading perspective on understanding the particular currency pair that you're trying to master, right? The time that you haven't really studied your US 30, you haven't studied your gold that everybody loves to trade, right? You haven't studied what moves gold. You haven't back tested the strategy. You haven't even understood what a strategy is. You haven't even asked somebody. That time that you do nothing in that neutral phase, that's lost time as well, right? So it can happen positively and even negatively, but it will also stand the test of time as well. That's the most important thing. So drop some number ones in the chat if you guys are with me, all right? Because it's very important to understand that just like an oak tree and just like many other things, your life is made up of seeds. Your life is made up of the things that you say, the things that you do. Eventually, it will reap either a benefit or a disadvantage later on. Every single time that you choose a biscuit over fruits, sorry if I'm stepping on a few toes again, that's a seed. At the end of the day, you're going to be addicted to having biscuits. It might not even be an addiction for somebody, but hey, look, you're going to like one thing and not like the other. One thing has some disadvantages, but you get an addiction from it. The other thing has some benefits, right? Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. But let's continue. We're looking here at the plateau of latent potential. All right. So this is also a reference from the book Atomic Habits, which in fact is, I'd like to say, the book of the month or the book review of the month, because this is the book that I've really been studying in the last couple of weeks. And that will be by the end of probably the middle of next month or so. But I really love this diagram because it pretty much outlines the trader in terms of the type of results that they're seeking and what it actually takes for them to get there. Okay, so look, let's look at the results. You've got the y-axis, the x-axis. The y-axis, it says results. The x-axis, you've got time. All right. So most people think that their trading journey, I think hopefully I can share my mouse and you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. You probably can't see my mouse, but I'll try my best to illustrate whilst I'm still here. No problem at all. Right. So if you guys can very clearly see, oh, there we go. My mouse is definitely seen. Perfect. So if you guys can see, you can see that most people, they think, and this is like with most things as well, they think that their trajectory for anything that they're trying to achieve is a straight line. I would say it looks more like a Forex chart because the market can go up, it can have a massive expansion, it can retrace, it can have a very deep retracement, and in fact, it can change the direction as well for a certain period of time. It's not necessarily always a straight line. It's not necessarily always a straight and narrow line, right? That's what most people think. They think that their trajectory or their journey should look like this. But then there's also some people that think that their journey should look like the curved arrow facing upwards. So I'm going to be speaking mainly about three types of people. So there's the one that thinks that their journey should look like the straight arrow. And then there's the one that thinks that their journey should look like this. But then they stop right before the breakthrough, or they get trapped in the valley of disappointment, as it's labeled here. And then there's the third person who knows that the trajectory, or maybe they've gone through a season of the valley of disappointment, they've quit a few times, and then they're back on track and they actually don't care about the disappointment. And then eventually they stay on the plan long enough until they receive the breakthrough to see all of the results that they've been praying for, pretty much working for a number of years. So person number one thinks it's a straight line. So this person, they think in 90 days, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to pay my debts. Just like the story I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, that I had a certain goal. I was over leveraging. I wanted to make, I think, between £400 to £600 every single day from a £1,000 account. There's nothing wrong with maybe, I don't know, I could be wrong here, but there's nothing wrong with maybe thinking you want to grow the money right? But my mentality was I want to make that every single day. Already my mentality is bad, but I'm saying I have to make a certain amount of money every single day from the capital that I have. Over leverage, right? So I'm thinking over a set period of time, because the strategy that I have is robust, is strong. I'm going to make a certain amount of money after maybe a month, after 2 months, after a week, right? And then after some time, over leveraged, blew the account. That might relate to a few of you as well. Okay. And then the second type of person, they know that it's going to take some time. They're in trading for about a year. They've been consistent at showing up with their strategy, but they haven't mastered the game of habit formation and mental transformation. In fact, they don't even know that that's very important, a lot more than the strategy itself. And then you have other individuals saying things like, it's important to work on your strategy. The strategy is game. That's key. You don't need psychology. But the thing is, as Niv mentioned in the last segment, that the way the markets actually move is a formation of the emotions that actually take place in the markets. This can be on a very large scale. It can be on a very small scale. It can be more of an economic thing that moves the market. It can be more of a geopolitical thing that moves the market. It could be a war happening. There could be tensions rising. What does that do? It creates fear. And then there's a season of euphoria where it creates excitement for certain types of investors. So the emotions are still moving the market. So for people to say that emotions shouldn't necessarily exist, or at least not be observant to that, you're probably going to have a hard time before you see a breakthrough in trading. In fact, you might receive a massive breakthrough and then have a massive retracement as well, because we've all been there, right? So the second person believes that, yes, I'm going to really work hard at it. Then just before they break through, they said, you know, I've actually lost too much money. I quit. And then just before the breakthrough, at that point where it crosses that barrier, they quit. And then the third person, they know what it takes. They've been in trading for maybe for 3, 5 years, 7 years, or maybe even 1 year, but they've learned from all of their mistakes very quickly. They have a large sum of capital and they have goals, and they're really subscribing to their mentor, right? They really stick to the program, and eventually they break through and have the results that they are believing for. That's it. That's what's necessary when it comes to trading. So this diagram is basically explaining to you what the trajectory looks like. You have to stay at it long enough until you break through the valley of disappointment. Now, some people, their valley of disappointment might look like, I wanted to achieve £1,000 or $1,000 at the end of the month, but I made £300. That might be a disappointment. You made profit, but it still might be a disappointment to somebody. So you need to know yourself, right? And you need to identify or probably redefine the type of goals that you're trying to achieve. Because if you really zero in and focus on the habits that you need to build and maintain every single day, it's almost inevitable for you to get the money or the type of goal that you're actually after. All it now takes is access to the right capital. Some people go down the route of course, prop firm and challenges and instant funding. And then, of course, you have real life capital, depending on the avenues and the means that you're going to go about. All right. But I'll leave you with this on this particular slide, that it takes 21 days to rewire your mind. Okay. Let me add one more to that. So it takes 21 days to rewire your mind, but this is where the challenge begins. Because after you've got to that tipping point, okay, you've rewired your mind, you know, okay, I've seen how my mind has changed. This is when the challenges begin, right? Because now it's going to take for you to really stay out and be intentional. Just be very intentional with what you're doing. Make it almost obvious of what you're supposed to be doing. Make it obvious that, oh yeah, I know my trading plan. I don't need to look at it. No, put it in front of you so that you can read it, so that you make sure that this is protocol every single day. Because why? Sometimes you might have an exact trading plan in terms of the type of entry that you're trying to achieve in the market, but over a season, the market conditions have changed, and that same strategy, it just does not work. So you just need to readjust. That's why it's important to always go over your plan every single day. Okay. So here's an example of what my trading journal looks like and what my active day-to-day looks like in terms of I'm trading. In fact, I trade indices. I trade just NAS 100 and just German 30. And every single day I have a set time that I come to the market. I come to the market before the market opens at 8 a.m. in the morning UK time, and I do the exact same for the New York session at around 2:30 p.m. UK time, right? I make sure that I do not take trades or place setups, certainly not on a live account anyway, for the minimum. But I do not place a trade or a setup if I haven't given myself about 30 minutes also to prepare for the session. What do I do before the session? I prepare my mind before the session. I make sure that I've gone through all of the fundamentals that I need to be aware of that may affect the way that I trade. I make sure that the environment is okay to trade. As you can see there, it says neutral. Okay. Besides neutral, I have feeling 10-10, or that's just my way of saying I'm feeling great. Maybe I've gone to the gym that morning, I've gone for a run, I feel great. Or maybe I had a great win earlier that I was able to withdraw some money, I feel great, right? Personally, I think neutral for me is the best state of mind, because you're not too excited about what you want to achieve, but you're also not in a place of anger or bitterness before the session. And then there's a part where I can put tired, I can even put sick, or not feeling well, I'm tired. If I know that I'm tired, after 10 minutes, I'll be like, look, Willis, I know you want to trade, you know what you're doing, but at the end of the day, your emotions are not in check. Just stop trading. I close the laptop, I'll go about my day. I can come back another day and find a different opportunity. It says there, stable environment as well. So what do I mean by stable environment? Is it an environment whereby I can focus? Okay. I have yes, no, and well managed. So yes might be it's quiet. Maybe I'm in a coffee shop and I've got headphones and nobody's disturbing me. That's a great environment for me. Well managed might be that there's some noise happening. As I mentioned, I'm a father. So oftentimes there may be my son running around every now and then, right? But because I'm still focused and that's been taken care of, I say well managed. If the answer is no, again, I don't trade for that day. Okay. And then I'm just going to go really briefly through the rest. As you can see, I kind of shared this with you on one of the last segments of the TP Masterclass, but the mid-market check-in just to see what I'm looking at, if I'm currently in a trade, what the market is looking like, should I get out? If I haven't taken a trade and I feel like I have a particular type of emotion of FOMO, or I feel as though I'm edging at the edge of my seat, I really want something to appear, then that's a moment to say, okay, if I feel like that, I maybe need to calm down a little bit, observe, take time, and maybe say, okay, maybe today is just not the great condition to find some setups. Okay. Besides everything else in terms of the details, you've got the points or the pips that you've kept that I've caught for the day, the number of trades that I've taken. What else? The trade outcome, was it a win or was it a loss? Was it a buy or was it a sell? The outcome of the trade in terms of the image, so that I can assess what I did well and what I went wrong. And finally, at the bottom, you've got post-trade reflection. Okay, very important to analyze why you did what you did. It could have been that you saw the market go a particular direction. It could have been that you were angry. It could have been that you had a sense of euphoria. One trade was doing so well that you wanted to flip into a different account and place the exact same trade, right? Not knowing that the trade was going well, but because you maximized your risk on multiple different accounts, right, you got a bit too excited, and now rather than being 1% down because the trade lost, you are now maybe 2% down or even more, right? So these are just different things that you can analyze in terms of the habits that you're trying to build. It's very important to remember that, because these are the things that will cause you to have successful habits or not so successful habits at the end of the day. All right. I'll say this as well, because I think it's also important to highlight the type of traders that we all are, right? The type of people that I listen to in terms of testimonies, podcasts. In fact, when it comes to that, which I'm going to mention in a moment, most people that have, in fact, the people that I can relate with the most in terms of success, in terms of understanding their mind and how they were able to transform their mind, they've gone through a season of losses and so on and so forth. they never had access to the information that we have currently today on social media, for example, and on YouTube. They didn't. Some people started trading in 2012, right? Some people started trading. But in other words, the people I respect a lot, very highly, the people who started trading before 2020, before COVID, before the massive influx of interest of traders, right? I respect them a lot. Why? Because I started trading in 2020 myself, and so did Nib. But I say that because they didn't have the resources that we have today. They didn't have as much algos. In fact, the algos that they had probably didn't work as well. They had bots at the back then. And many people, they tried bots, and maybe people said that it lost money and it just didn't work for whatever reason. We didn't have as many podcasts and interviews as we have today. We didn't have as much insight as we have today in terms of the type of interviews that we see from institutional traders, people that trade in the banks, people that trade in hedge funds, people that have 20, 50 combined experience of 70 years, for example, when it comes to different people. We didn't have access to listen to that. In fact, if you really wanted access, if you were really that hungry to find out who that person was, you'll probably seek it yourself. You'll probably go and visit these companies, these buildings, and really interview people one-on-one. But now information is global. It's everywhere. It's on your social media. You have access to it. You can go on YouTube and find a podcast. We have things that would allow you to journal your trades, like what I'm using. What I've just showed you here is Notion. Okay. I have a Notion board where it's very easy. You can write this down. I can put it here on a Notion. And either way, it doesn't necessarily matter. But most people, I'll say 100% of people, I don't want to say 100%, but the majority of people were probably doing it pen and paper a very long time ago until we had this technology. So why I'm mentioning this is because what you have access at your fingertips, take advantage of it. Oftentimes, because it's very easy to have access to information, we become very, very lazy and we become complacent. And we think that the strategy is what's going to get us out of our situation. And it's not. It's the habits. It's always 100% always going to fall back down to the habits that you build for yourself. It's very important to remember that. And so the reason why this works for me is because I've made a commitment to myself that if my environment is not correct, I'm not going to trade today. There's no point, because I've seen the outcome of what it takes to trade when you're not supposed to be trading and what you feel after you've played certain setups. Okay. And I even feel very guilty of taking a certain amount of trades, even if it meant you've made profit for that day and you can withdraw. It makes me feel bad and even worse. So this is going to be my charge for every single person today. My charge for every single person today is this, that you want to now go ahead and commit to writing, even if it's just one sentence. It could be multiple sentences. But after your trading day, I might even be speaking to somebody who is very aware of the market conditions. Of course, you're going to be learning a lot more, especially when it comes to the TP market, watching, understanding in depth certain currency assets, such as the Dow Jones, such as, the German 30, NAS 100, gold, Forex, right? But if you're somebody even who is just taking signals at the moment, that's okay. That's fine. If you're somebody who's just copying and pasting trade ideas into your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, or whatever platform that you're trading on, that's okay. But still commit to writing down one sentence in your journal. Maybe you don't have a journal. Well, then get a sheet of paper. Every single day that you've taken a trade, how do you feel? And do that consistently every single day, non-stop for 21 days. Now, you might take this information and say, okay, well, I'm not actively trading. I'm just still learning. I'm still learning about the information. That's okay as well. Maybe you want to apply this for the type of work that you do, your business. Write down how you feel after you made a certain decision, whether it was a successful decision or a bad one that led to a bad outcome. Write how you feel down every single day. I'm just starting on this particular part because we're going to also talk about, okay, write everything down that you can when it comes to the trade idea that you took, why the emotion that you felt during that time, or the type of setup that you took. Did it have all the confirmations? There's going to be different variations, but for the moment, write down a sentence about your trading to reflect on the decisions that you took and what you could actually do to change it, especially if it was a negative one. So just a reminder to each and every single person that when it comes to the idea of habit formation, it's vital that you remember that everything will rise and fall on the habits that you create for yourself. Okay? Always remember that, just like the oak tree, it doesn't need to be told, build successful habits. In fact, once it goes into the ground, the process is activated. It takes time. There's a season where it's going to be in full darkness. There's going to be different challenges along the way. There's going to be losses. Just like with the acorn, there's going to be different instances that will cause it to look like this is an acorn. It's not really going to do much. I've been here for hours and hours and hours. I've been here for weeks and months and nothing's actually taken place. The same thing as the trading journey. You feel like I've been here for such a very long time and I haven't seen the fruits of the time that I spent. And that's the issue, because we think that our trading has to be very transactional. Because I've spent 6 months, I have to get a result after 6 months. It's not guaranteed. Some people wait even 5 years for a breakthrough. I heard a story the other day of a young person who pursued trading for 7 years. For 6 years, they were very unsuccessful, taking a lot of losses. And then in their 7th year of trading, almost 1 million in terms of payouts, in terms of withdrawals, in terms of money that they've made for themselves. So just a reminder that every single time that you spend working on your craft, it's definitely worth it. Just make sure that you stay the course, build strong and successful habits. And remember, make sure you're writing down and reflecting on everything that you're doing, especially when it comes to the Forex market. Guys, I love you all. I'm going to see you again on the next segment, speaking about the habit formation. I'm excited to share a lot of the things that I've implemented and also the things that I've learned as well. So I'll now hand it over to the next segment of the TP Masterclass. Thank you guys and God bless. Bye-bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome once again. I'm back on your screens. So, quick thing. We are about to introduce a new segment called the Testimonial segment, where we have gathered different videos and emails from different people giving their testimony about the TP Masterclass and the TP family. Now, before we bring up the video, I want to thank Neve and Willis for the amazing session that they just gave us, from the market watch to the habit formation. I definitely learned something about doing something for 21 days to start building the beginning of your habit formation. So I really hope you guys will implement that information into your trading journey. But before we bring up the video, I also want to say that if you wish to send us in your testimony to us so that we will be able to share it on our platform during the TP Masterclass, please, you can do so with the email that's about to come on the screen at The email is consult@cliffchecona.com. When you are sending in your testimony, it doesn't have to be a video. It can be a written text that you can send in, or you can record yourself and then we will share it on the platform during our live TP Masterclass. So without any further talking, I'm just gonna sit back so that you guys can enjoy the TP Masterclass testimony so far. Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned.
This is not just a testimonial. There are people who change your life. And then there are those rare souls who revive it. Cliff sir did exactly that for me. Before meeting him, I just survived, not living. I had lost all hope. No matter how hard I worked, it's always feel like failure was inevitable. I stuck in deep emotional pain, struggling through traumas, carrying invisible wounds, and barely holding on. But then came Cliff sir, a light in my darkest hour. He did not just teach me about reading. He shattered the negative belief that silently renewed my confidence for years. He gave me direction, clarity, and most importantly, hope. For the first time in a long while, I feel alive again. Now when I work hard, I do it with the belief that it will pay off, because finally I'm walking on the right path, under the guidance of someone I deeply trust. Cliff sir did not just change my mindset, he gave me a new life. A life where I feel worthy, seen, and capable. I will forever be grateful, Cliff sir.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading.
Not my entries, not my indicators, not even my strategy. My mind is the real edge. So I protect it, I train it, I renew it every single day. Because a fragile mind cannot carry consistent results. I don't wake up hoping to feel ready. I wake up deciding who I must be. I don't build confidence through wins. I build it through consistency. I don't fear the market. I fear losing myself in it. So I master my reactions. I manage my impulses. I sit with discomfort until it respects me. I'm not just a trader. I am a decision maker, a risk manager, a master of thought and action. I do not seek permission. I seek clarity. I do not chase signals, I follow conviction. I don't enter because I am bored, I enter because my system speaks. And when it speaks, I listen. That's right, I listen. Every trade I take must submit to my mind, not my emotions. Because in this market, the undisciplined get tasked. And I refuse to keep paying fees for emotional decisions. So I've decided to divorce my need to always be right and marry my ability to always stay in control. I no longer overtrade. I no longer force. I no longer fear. I only move when I'm in alignment with peace. I understand my triggers. I track my patterns. I do not label panic as instinct. I do not confuse noise for urgency. I've replaced gambling with guidance. I've traded fear for focus. And if I ever forget who I am, I pause, I breathe, I reset. Because I will not let one trade unwire the identity I've been building. This is the new me. I am aware. I am accountable. I am strategic. I am still. Every session I bring the same person to the chart, focused, grounded, ready. Because I know who I am. And I refuse to let my past identity sabotage my present consistency. I rewire daily because greatness isn't built in emotion, it's built in repetition. And as a trader, I protect my mind because my mind protects my account. TP family for life. As a trader, I understand that my mindset is my greatest tool. Not my entries, not my indicators, not even my strategy. My mind is the real edge. So I protect it, I train it, I renew it every single day. Because a fragile mind cannot carry consistent results. I don't wake up hoping to feel ready. I wake up deciding who I must be. I don't build confidence through wins. I build it through consistency. I don't fear the market. I fear losing myself in it. So I master my reactions. I manage my impulses. I sit with discomfort until it respects me. I'm not just a trader. I am a decision maker, a risk manager, a master of thought and action. I do not seek permission, I seek clarity. I do not chase signals, I follow conviction. I don't enter because I am bored, I enter because my system speaks. And when it speaks, I listen. That's right, I listen. Every trade I take must submit to my mind, not my emotions. Because in this market, the undisciplined get tasked, and I refuse to keep paying fees for emotional decisions. So I've decided to divorce my need to always be right and marry my ability to always stay in control. I no longer overtrade, I no longer force, I no longer fear. I only move when I'm in alignment with peace. I understand my triggers, I track my patterns. I do not label panic as instinct. I do not confuse noise for urgency. I've replaced gambling with guidance. I've traded fear for focus. And if I ever forget who I am, I pause, I breathe, I reset. Because I will not let one trade unwire the identity I've been building. This is the new me. I am aware. I am accountable. I am strategic. I am still. Every session I bring the same person to the chart, focused, grounded, ready. Because I know who I am. And I refuse to let my past identity sabotage my present consistency. I rewire daily because greatness isn't built in emotion, it's built in repetition. And as a trader, I protect my mind because my mind protects my account. TP family for life. As a trader, I understand that my mindset is my greatest tool. Not my entries, not my indicators, not even my strategy. My mind is the real edge. So I protect it, I train it, I renew it every single day. Because a fragile mind cannot carry consistent results. I don't wake up hoping to feel ready. I wake up deciding who I must be. I don't build confidence through wins. I build it through consistency. I don't fear the market. I fear losing myself in it. So I master my reactions. I manage my impulses. I sit with discomfort until it respects me. I'm not just a trader. I am a decision maker, a risk manager, a master of thought and action. I do not seek permission, I seek clarity. I do not chase signals, I follow conviction. I don't enter because I am bored, I enter because my system speaks. And when it speaks, I listen. That's right, I listen. Every trade I take must submit to my mind, not my emotions. Because in this market, the undisciplined get tasked, and I refuse to keep paying fees for emotional decisions. So I've decided to divorce my need to always be right and marry my ability to always stay in control. I no longer overtrade. I no longer force. I no longer fear. I only move when I'm in alignment with peace. I understand my triggers. I track my patterns. I do not label panic as instinct. I do not confuse noise for urgency. I've replaced gambling with guidance. I've traded fear for focus. And if I ever forget who I am, I pause, I breathe, I reset. Because I will not let one trade unwire the identity I've been building. This is the new me. I am aware. I am accountable. I am strategic. I am still. Every session I bring the same person to the chart, focused, grounded, ready, because I know who I am, and I refuse to let my past identity sabotage my present consistency. I rewire daily, because greatness isn't built in emotion, it's built in repetition. And as a trader, I protect my mind, because my mind protects my account. TP family for life.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fiction mind, fiction trading. Fiction mind, fiction trading.
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity, and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hello, everyone. Oh, hi, everyone. We want to apologize for taking so long for clips to come. We're just facing some technical difficulties, but he just came on. So, I hope you start inviting your friends now because it's about to get serious. So just stay tuned and enjoy the psychology segment now. Thank you.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game.
just want to say I'm super, super, super sorry for every single thing that you guys had to go through. I'm really, really, really sorry for that. What we're gonna basically just do right now is we're gonna go straight up into today's segment. But then give me a second. Let me see what we could do right now here, and then we'll just basically just take it out from there. Okay. So the first thing that I want you guys to be able to understand is that I'm super excited for today's segment. Really, I am. But at the end of the day, I just really want you guys to know that things like this happens. Okay, things that causes delays and so on and so forth, they happen. But when it do happen, I want you guys to know that we will always do our best to make sure that we will bring also the best as much as we can. Now, with that all being said, I want you guys to drop some number ones in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Just drop some number ones in the chat for me. Is everything well? We're having some technical difficulties. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear now. Is it good from your end? Is it good? Okay. Okay. So everything is all right, yeah? All right. All right, if you guys can hear me, just let me know in the comment section as well. That'll be great for me. All right, then. So we have a lot of things to learn today, but I'm going to try as much as possible to make sure that I don't take too much of the time. But at the same time, to want to communicate effectively to all of us so that we can take it out from there. So, okay, so now please recheck. I will check it. All right. So, guys, how was the break? Before we go on, right? How was the break? Talk to me for a little bit. How was the break? Did you guys actually really study? Did you do the things you're supposed to do? How was the break? This doesn't feel like a reunion. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm supposed to be the one to be telling myself that, no? Imagine coming back from a reunion and then you just come back at this time. It's like, hey, where have you been? How was the reunion for you guys, man? Talk to me. How was it? How was the break? What did you do during the break? How was it? Just let me know how it went down for you. And as you guys can see already, I'm sure you guys met Nave today, an amazing trader as well. She is a very, very, very disciplined trader as far as I know. So as you guys know, she's going to be bringing the markup segment, not just her. In fact, the markup segment is going to be one of the most interesting segments you guys will love in the coming weeks ahead. So how was the segment for you guys? I hope it was great as well. I have some few announcements I want to make quickly, and then we will go straight into what I have for you guys today. So you're going to be learning a lot. I want you to do two things. I want you to pay attention. In fact, you know what? Let's just saturate the atmosphere right now by making sure every single thing is on point. Wherever you are right now, I just want you to just declare to yourself that I am ready. I want you to declare to yourself that I am ready. You are ready for what? You are ready for the next season. You are ready for this masterclass. You are ready to be able to pay attention, to be able to receive. There is a difference between me teaching you and you learning. Me teaching you is a participation from me. You learning is you making sure you are intentional about the hearing. Are you with me? So you need to position yourself and know that I am about to learn. I'm also going to declare I am about to teach. Are you with me? I am about to learn, and I'm also going to declare I am about to teach. I am about to learn. You declare that you're about to learn. I'm also going to declare that I'm about to teach. Okay? All right. So the first announcement that I have for you guys is quite very simple. Do we have a date already set up for the Ghana? Are you sure? Okay, so guys, for all those in Ghana, pretty much we are already almost ready with the date. We are still checking some few things. So this coming week, you should pay attention to the platforms. We are going to be releasing some forms for those who are going to be participating to fill, so that we will know how many people, from an expectation wise, is ready to come to that masterclass. And so that is the first announcement for the TP Masterclass offline Ghana edition. If you are in Ghana, I hope you are ready. And as soon as we are done with Ghana, God willing, straight to where? Nigeria in the house. Okay, guys. So at the end of the day, I want you guys to be super excited about this as well. However, I want to give a quick announcement on what exactly you should expect in the coming weeks from us, so that you guys can be able to understand this. I'm gonna share. I was gonna share my screen, but let me pause for a little bit. The first thing I want you guys to know is that we have updated something small in the TP Masterclass segment. We have updated. Of course, we still have the introduction, as you guys saw, and then right now we have market markup. We used to have that, but we wanted to pause to structure things perfectly. So now we are bringing it back. Now there is testimonial segment, because a lot of people are getting so much results and we don't want to keep it to ourselves. So it is not just to show that this community is changing lives. It is also to motivate somebody, just in case you are doubting that the things you are hearing could actually do something for you. So testimonial segment is coming, and so on and so forth. And all those also who have been asking themselves that, Cliff, okay, we understand that psychology is important. Not the only important thing, but important. And so therefore, what about us that we also don't have enough knowledge in the area of analysis from a data standpoint? Well, we have a program coming up. It's a bootcamp. Now, this bootcamp also, the registration form is going to come up soon. The purpose of this bootcamp is to basically make sure that you get a holistic structure of a body of knowledge that can be able to transform your mind as a trader completely. What do I mean by that? We are not only just going to be teaching psychology and risk management and then how to analyze the market from TradingView or Ninja Trader or wherever or not. The goal is to make sure that you become equipped as a financial analyst. That means during this bootcamp, there is going to be an economical lessons, accounting lessons, business development lessons, then psychology, then data analysis. All in comparison is to be able to let you understand that you pick all of them. What did I tell you guys all the time? That learning how to become a trader is not a buffet of knowledge. You have to be able to learn everything that it comes with. So the bootcamp also is almost ready. Then finally, the accountability program is also ready. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to share a few things on it today. Maybe next week, I will try my best to make sure we introduce the accountability program for you guys as well. So these are the things that is upcoming so far in our community. So I hope you guys are excited. If you guys are excited, I'm excited as well. Now, if you are ready to learn, today I'm going to teach something very powerful, very, very powerful. And I truly believe that it will change somebody's life today. Somebody who is asking themselves, Cliff, I have learned. I'm reading the books. I have heard you. Why is it that my life is still not changing the way it's supposed to be? Well, you say that identity is important. Well, you say that mindset is key. And I believe that my mindset is key. But why is it that my mindset is changing, but the results is not showing? And somebody may be tired asking themselves, am I even going to ever become the person I want to become? Well, this lesson today is for you. But before we go in, I want you to declare one more time again that I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn. And I said, I'm ready to teach. Just saying that I'm ready to learn is not just a sentence coming out of your mouth. It is you declaring to yourself, telling yourself that you are ready to learn. It means that you are ready to receive. You see, we are doing TP Masterclass right now. And as strong as the company YouTube is, or let's say their mother company, Alphabet, no matter how strong the company is, they have provided a platform for us to be able to use it. If I decide not to come on YouTube and click on the live button, you will not be able to see me streaming. So in every single thing in life, there is a participatory role from your end in order for the combination to be complete. Are you with me? And so if I say that, declare to yourself that I'm ready to learn, it doesn't mean that put it in a comment for me to see it, but I want you to know that your life is about to change and you believe it. I want to teach you something today. Before I introduce my topic for today, I want you guys to hear me now clearly. When I started trading, when I got introduced into the financial market in 2012, there were many things I didn't know. Now, I don't say 2012 all the time because I want you to know how long I've been trading. I want you to understand the experience gap between the things I want to tell you now. You see, a lot of people don't understand a lot of things. And so what happens is that the brain, which is a curious mindset, will always try to find a way. Watch this. When I started in 2012, when I got introduced, I keep on changing when I started to when I got introduced to it in 2012. The reason being is because me getting introduced into the financial market, that doesn't mean I got started. But when I got introduced in the beginning, there were many things I didn't understand. Many things. I can go on and on and on and on right now. Now, between 2012 and 2015, I was tired. During that time in my life, I was very exhausted about the fact that you can be learning so many things and your life doesn't change, right? And so I came across a video, I came across a content, I came across some knowledge, just like how you guys are about to listen to something right now. And that knowledge did something to my conviction. That conviction led me to start acting in a way that led to the results I was desiring. Now, the truth be told, I don't think that all the results I'm even looking for right now here on earth, I have it. And if Jesus tarries, maybe I will keep on getting them as time goes on. But as far as I'm sitting here is concerned, I know a thing or two about success. So listen to this carefully now. When I realized that trading psychology was important, I got introduced to so many different books. I've read so many different books, from Market Wizards to Trading in the Zones to different psychology books, different self books, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Think and Grow Rich. I've read so many things. And I can tell you one thing for sure. A lot of people truly okay, forgive me, but I'm going to say it, guys. A lot of mentors do not understand the meaning of trading psychology. They don't. And I didn't either. And so I came to realize that the reason why people cannot teach trading psychology is not because they're not good at it. It's because they don't have data. And that data does not mean anything if it doesn't shape into experience. I want you to underline the word experience if you are taking any notes down. Experience, they say, is an amazing teacher. You know why? I'll give an example. Let's say right now I give you a book, all right? And you are reading that book and it's about swimming. You can read that book for 10 years. And the day you will jump into the pool for the first time, you will still drown. Do you know why? Because you don't read your way out of drowning. You learn how to not drown by coming out of drowning. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. You cannot take experience, the actionable processing part of life, out of results. It's impossible. I made this example, and somebody it was one of the students, and she was laughing. I said, imagine you are married and then you have a husband, obviously, all right, a male and a female, you married, and all of a sudden you say, hey, husband, and the husband says wife. He says, I think it's time for us to have kids. So they both know that children comes out in 9 months. Well, I think because of now AI happening right now, maybe 3 to 6 months, I don't know. Wonder how the baby will look. But anyways, let's say the couple, right? Let's say they sometimes like, we're gonna have a kid, and they have the knowledge, right, that it takes 9 months to have a child. So they sit opposite each other and say, so everybody comes and visit them and say, what are you guys doing? We are waiting. What are you waiting for? 9 months. For what? For a baby. All they did was to sit down. 9 months. They did nothing. All right. When I say nothing, you know what I mean. They did nothing. They didn't know each other. The Bible will always say, and Adam knew Eve. Does that make sense? They didn't know each other. They did nothing. 9 months shows up. And then no child is going to come out. Because a child doesn't come out because of 9 months. A child comes out when something was done to wait for 9 months. Watch this. It takes time. Please write this down. Write this down. It takes time to become, but time doesn't make you to become. Yeah, some of you didn't catch that. I'm going to repeat it again. It takes time to become, but it is not time that makes you to become. Time only reveals. So time will either expose you or promote you. Time is not what makes you. It's what you did in time that makes you. Are you with me? If you understood the context of what I just said, drop some ones in the chat. It takes time to become, but it is not time that makes you to become. No, Chief. Are you guys with me? I'm going to repeat it again. I want you to write it down. Because somebody's light bulb moment is right here in this context. It takes time to become. Yes, it takes 9 months to have a baby. And you need to respect the time principle of childbirth. But if nothing happens within that time frame to the 9 months, the child will not come regardless of your desires of wanting a baby. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, media. So that was a clock ticking, right? Did you hear? It takes time to become. All right. So in this life, there are many things that will forever remain abstract concepts. Watch this. In the minds of people and every single thing, you have heard things like abstract. So the reason why a lot of mentors struggle to teach people about trading psychology is because a lot of the information outside the actual psychological educational context of learning the mind, the behavior, and the emotions is abstract. I will explain what I mean. Stay with me. Love is abstract. If right now you come to me and you tell me, Cliff, show me love, what do you mean? It's possible you will say that I should show you love by giving you money. It's possible you could say I should show you love by giving you a hug. But it's abstract. So you are trying to find a way to bring meaning out of love in a physical reality. So the world has done something, right? They say, oh, if a guy gives you flowers, it means he loves you. It means he cares. If he opens the door, it means he honors you. He adores you. Yeah, it is true, but you cannot, it's not absolute to define that as love. Because the same person who gave you flowers yesterday can still give you a tree. I hope that still means that's mean love. Okay, so that same person can give you a treat. I mean, he can give you something very bad, right? So I'm not saying tree is bad, but flowers is all cute. Tree is all like, what I mean. So the person can open doors for you and can still cheat on you. All right. So, but people are trying to make meaning out of an abstract concept like love. What about discipline? For many people, discipline is just a word they say when they fail. For few, it becomes what? Routines, boundaries, consistency. That means if you say, I want to be disciplined, you have made a decision to be loyal to that decision. Are you with me? So that means boundaries. That means consistency. And that means routines. So if you say be disciplined, it's abstract. But if you say I have a routine, you have taken that abstract concept and you have made it a physical reality, routine. So if somebody say, man, I'm disciplined, you have to look at their routine. If somebody say, I am not disciplined, they are just saying they don't have a routine, a physical manifestation of that abstract concept. What about faith? For many people, faith means a belief system. It's abstract. Faith does not just end in a belief system. Faith means right now, I said that we're going to resume on the 30th of August, God willing. We had technical difficulties. We found a way to make the physical manifestation of this dream to happen. We did something. Does that make sense? It means walking. It means talking. It means asking. So faith is not just a belief system. So when you ask some people, do you believe you will become a millionaire? They said yes. Okay, that is an abstract concept first. The physical manifestation of it has to become something else. You think you can become a trader? Yes. What is who is a trader? Okay, is a person who does this and this and that. They are all theories. Smart money concepts. It's an abstract concept. Liquidity lies here. Blah. They are all concepts. Until it leads to an action, it remains an abstract concept. What about psychology? What is psychology? You have heard me saying logy simply means the study of. So psychology means the study of the mind, the emotions, and human behavior, right? So for many people, psychology is just theories in books. So you will find many people on Instagram having so many different channels, so many different pages, and they say it's a psychology page. You go there and it's just motivations. There is no theories that can be translated into practical stuff. And some people too, they know the practical stuff, but they will not do it. So this is exactly what has happened to trading psychology for many years. So you will find out that that mentor, he doesn't know what really happened to him, but something happened. When he started, watch this, when he started trading, he wanted to change his life. So he was blowing an account, blowing an account, blowing an account, blowing an account. And then he found a way to make something small for himself. It doesn't matter. Maybe extra 9-to-5 job, maybe rebate. It doesn't matter. So he was able to make some money to multiply with his skill set. So now that same mentor who was emotional 2 years ago is no more emotional, because now he doesn't care about losing $100. So he can risk 100 and make 500. So he will say that I have become profitable. It's true, but something has happened to his emotions. It has become more physical, meaning that now he has $100 to spare. But you, the mentee, you don't have money. You are still hoping your landlord will not knock on the door. So even if you know that, man, this trade is possible to make money, you can't risk the $100, because chief, if you risk the $100, you are in trouble. Does that make sense? So that mentor will tell you, don't be emotional. Abstract. How do I not be emotional? Because he has money to spare. You are still broke. So your emotions are not on the same level. So even though he doesn't really know what really helped him, he knows something has helped him. But then now he cannot be able to come and tell you what helped me was rebates or was the 9-to-5. So they will say things like, quit your job and trade. Don't quit your job. Because if you are broke, you have nothing to multiply. You have heard me saying this, that the financial market is not a place where you go to make money. It's a place you go to multiply money. So you cannot multiply what you don't have. Are you with me? So all these things is what has become the problem. So you will find the average mentor telling his students, psychology is nothing, is not this, because they can't teach it beyond an abstract concept. Are you with me? Beyond an abstract concept. So for many years, it has remained abstract concept in the mind of traders. So please, people don't know how to study it, they don't know how to apply it, and they don't know how to embody it. I'm going to say 3 things. What did I say? People don't know how to study it. How to study what? Your mind, your behavior, and your emotions. Number 2, they don't know how to apply it. Application is important. And number 3, they don't know how to embody it. Embodiment is a process that leads to identity, or yes, identity rewiring. So the truth is, please write this, and I wrote this, and I want you to write this down here. If you don't bring psychology beyond abstract concept, nothing will ever change in your trading. Write it down. If you don't bring psychology beyond abstract concept, nothing will ever change in your trading. If you don't bring psychology beyond abstract concept, nothing will ever change in your trading. Do you have it down? I'm going to repeat it again. If you don't bring psychology beyond abstract concepts, nothing will ever change in your trading. Why? Because psychology is not about what you hear. So many people say, Cliff, I've watched the episodes. Good for you. You heard it. But it's not about what you hear. It's about what you end up doing because of what you know. Write it down. It's not about what you hear. It's about what you end up doing because of what you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce my topic for today. I title my opening of season 2 of TP Masterclass. Well, episode 32, episode 1, you can say whatever you want to say. But the topic for today is beyond abstract concepts. Beyond abstract concepts. Beyond abstract concepts. Today, I'm going to really show you, when they say don't be emotional, what does it mean? Not just concept in your mind. Practically, what does it mean? Be disciplined. What does it mean? FOMO. How do you break that beyond theory? Before we go, again, let's declare. I'm ready to teach. When I say I'm ready to teach, you will declare wherever you are, I'm ready to learn. We're going to do that a few times, 7 times. Okay, are you ready? So in 1, 2, 3, I'm ready to teach. What do you say? I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to teach. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to teach. You will say, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to teach. What do you say? I'm ready to teach. I am ready to teach. And I'm ready to teach. If anything distracts you right now, it's a spirit. Cast it out. Beyond abstract concepts. So now you have gotten my point. Many things in this world is abstract. Love, faith, discipline, they are abstract. When everybody has their own meaning to what they give to it. But then there are actual meanings that needs to be found in that definition to go beyond abstract concepts. So people hear love, and love means opening doors, flowers, provision. But love is sacrifice. Love is discipline. Love is showing up every day. Love does not boast. Love is kind. Love is patient. You're right. So, are you with me? What is faith? Faith is not about what you believe. Faith is what you do with that belief system. So if you tell me you have faith in TP family, that is talking. It will show by the way you support it. So beyond abstract concepts. Let's start from this angle. You already know how I already go about it. Let's start with the word beyond. Beyond simply means to cross over. Okay? To go past something. To step outside the limit of. So when they say beyond, that's what it means. It means to cross over, to step outside of a boundary. All right? Something, the way it has been framed, outside a concept to go over. Now, beyond normally implies that there is another dimension outside of what you already know. So when somebody say, I'm going to go beyond my way to help you, it means they don't have the ability, but they will try. Are you guys with me? Good. So if I say I'm going to go beyond my way to help the TP family, it means that I have some ability, some capacity, but I'm going to stretch. So it is crossing over to a certain limitation to be able to find something. Did you get a definition of beyond? What did I say? Beyond simply means to cross over. I'm not just defining English. If that was the case, you can look into the dictionary. I'm actually trying to let you get a concept of the conviction here. So when they say beyond, it means to cross over, to go past, or to step outside the limit of. So what I'm trying to imply is that there is another dimension outside of what you already know. Okay? There is another dimension. Let's define abstract. Abstract simply means it's a thought that exists in your mind. It's an idea. It's not having physical or concrete existence. For example, you have internet. Internet is an abstract idea in our head, but then you can feel that you have internet to the level of the messages and the connection you have now. So, but then when we say it's like basically just saying breathing. You may not be able to see me breathing right now, but you can tell I'm breathing, and you can say the reason why he's breathing is because he's alive, right? So there are things that are abstract. They are just thought of idea. So for example, love, for example, faith, as we already explained, is just a thought of an idea, and everybody's own is in their own head depending on your perception, right? Now, when I say perception, as a trader or whether as a TP family member, you understand what I mean. That it is the way you see things. Why? Because we don't see things with our eyes. We see through it. Your actual eyesight is your mind. You know, when we were young, we didn't understand why in some certain Chinese movies, the guy would be blind and still beat everybody in the sea. I didn't understand why. Until I started studying psychology, I was like, okay, so actual eyesight is not the eyes. We see through our eyes, but then you see with your mind. So the level of the mindset you have is the level of your seeing capacity. So there is a saying that we don't see what there is, you see who you are. And that is where errors that come from cognitive biases always affect people or traders. It doesn't matter. So the definition of abstract simply means existing in thoughts. That means the thing exists, but it exists in thoughts. That means when you take a thought away, it doesn't stay. Now, I'll give an example. Love, justice, discipline, psychology, they are all just existing in our thought patterns. Now, when it comes to abstract, not the concept yet, but abstract, they always feel real, but you cannot touch it. Are you with me? Abstract feels real, but you cannot touch it. It feels real, but you cannot touch it. Are you with me? Anything abstract feels real, but you cannot touch it. That is why people say, but why is it that I am emotional, but I can't stop being emotional? Because it is just a thought in your head. You can see its manifestation in the way you blow an account, but it's possible it's not even because of emotions. And that's what I'm going to show you today. So we have defined beyond, we have defined abstract. Now let's define concept. What is concept? It is a mental construct or an idea in your head. So a concept is different from abstract. Abstract, you cannot deny its existence. Love, discipline, justice, they are there. It's abstract. You can't deny it. But then that abstract thoughts can form a concept. So a mental construct, that means now if you tell me about love, I have my own concept about what love is. So my definition of love is an abstract concept. Are you with me? Your definition of emotions is an abstract concept. But emotion is an abstract. It exists, but it exists in thoughts. So concepts can inspire, but it remains powerless unless it's acted upon. So emotions can be negative or positive, but emotions is not bad entirely. In fact, let me even remove the word negative and positive. Emotions just exist. Emotions is how you are a human. Emotions can have you and hijack you, but it doesn't mean it was trying to destroy you. It is just emotion. That is how it exists. So you may have heard me say this before, that we have two types of emotions. We have basic emotions and we have complex emotions. Basic emotions such as fear, anger, they are normal. All right. If somebody steps on my feet right now, I have the right to say, ouch, and why did you do that to me? I am angry, but it is not a complex one yet. It is when I go home and I'm like, wow, this guy stepped on my feet and he didn't even say sorry. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. 2 hours later, now it's turned into a complex rage emotion. So a complex emotion is an emotion where two or more basic emotions comes together to form a complex one. So you cannot eliminate emotions entirely from your life. But what you can do is to become emotionally intelligent. Are you with me? So concept is a mental construct, an idea in your head. So your concept and my concept is different. So when they say smart money concept, it is a concept that somebody formed out of the understanding of the way the market behaves. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is absolute. No. So it is an attempt to explain the market dynamics in a way that the concept will make sense to help you for your approach. Are you with me? Good. So now let's define all the three of them together. Let's define the topic now. Beyond abstract concept simply means, I wrote down here, going past the mere ideas and theories into practical embodiment. What does my topic mean? Beyond abstract concept. It means going past mere ideas and theories into practical embodiments. The message for today that I want to share with you is that if it only exists in your head, it will not transform your trading. It must cross over into your habits, into your routines, and into your execution. This is the message for today, and I want you to pay attention very well. You're going to learn a lot. Beyond abstract concept means that you are going past the mere ideas and theories into practical embodiment. And so my message for today says, if it only exists in your head, it will not transform your trading. Therefore, it must cross over into your habits, routines, and execution. Let's turn that into a declaration for the next couple of few seconds. Say that if it's only, repeat after me, if it's only, I'm going to repeat it again. If it only exists in my head, repeat it after me. If it only exists in my head, it will not transform my trading. If it only exists in my head, it will not transform my trading. Therefore, it must, what is the it here? The knowledge. It must cross over into my habits, into my routines, and into my execution. Should we declare again? One more time. If it only exists in my head, it will not transform my trading. If it only exists in my head, it will not transform my trading. Therefore, it must cross over into my habits, into my routines, and into my execution. Are you guys learning? Are you learning? Okay. So, okay. Let's go to the next part of this session. Write this down. Why psychology feels abstract. Why? Please write it down. Why psychology feels abstract. The reason why psychology feels abstract is because it deals with the unseen part of human life. The reason why psychology feels abstract is because it deals with the unseen part of human life. Is because it deals with the unseen part of human life. 3 parts of human life. Number 1, your mind. Number 2, emotions. Number 3, your subconscious. These 3 things, you can't see it, but it is there. I didn't say your brain. I said your mind. And if you see your brain, you are in trouble. But let's stick with the mind. So psychology deals with the unseen part of human life. Which part of the human life that psychology deals with? The mind, emotions, and your subconscious. Are you with me? Your mind, emotions, and your subconscious. So traders will hear things like control your emotions, be disciplined, master your psychology. I always see those titles when I laugh. Let me use 8 minutes to fix your psychology. 8 minutes. Anyways, but those are invincible instructions. It takes time to grow, guys. It takes time to grow. It's not microwave. It will take time. There is a saying that if you want to have a child in 1 month, it doesn't mean you impregnate 9 women. Have you heard it before? No? Okay, you're hearing it now. Okay, so anyways, so traders hear things like control your emotions, be disciplined, master your psychology, but those things are just invincible instructions. Because invincible, why is it invincible? It's invincible because it gets stuck as theory rather than practice. Are you with me? This is why psychology feels like soft talk compared to chart and strategies. So when I started in the beginning, people who didn't understand that I'm about to teach something different, they will go like, show your chart, because they don't understand why sitting down listening to me for hours can transform their trading, because they thought about just theories. You see, what we did in the 30 episodes on TP Masterclass was just show you foundation. That's it. We're about to go into the advanced session. You will see. And so that is a problem. Now, the misconception here is that traders think that psychology is about what you hear. It's a misconception. Let's pull it down right now. They think it's about the quotes you read. They think it's about watching motivational videos or listening to someone talk. That is not psychology. You see, I always tell people this. People sometimes say, Cliff, help me to fix my psychology. And I said, I know what you mean, though. But what you are saying simply means I should show you how you can study you. That is what you are saying. You are basically saying I should show you how you can study you. Because why? Psychology is the study of what? Your mind, your actions, your behaviors, and then your emotions. So I can't study you for you. This logic, right? I can't study you for you. So when you come on these calls, you are not listening to me to fix you. You are listening to me to go learn you to fix you. Are you with me? So the misconception here is that traders think that psychology is about what you hear. It's not true. They think psychology is about reading codes, watching motivational videos. It's not true. Those things has a place that it do something to your mind, but that is not what psychology is. People think that it's about waiting for the knowledge to sink in. Now you understand my concept here. You guys remember, I told you something. I told you that, people think that time is what makes men. No, it takes time to become, but time does not make you to become. Are you with me? It is very important that you understand this. It takes time to become. It is not time that makes you to become. So people think that as long as I am on TP Masterclass, week in, week out, eventually I will become. It's not true. You have to apply the things you are learning. So the truth is like this. I want you to write this down. I wrote down something, few things here. I call it bridge from abstract to practical. So there are four. I want to share my screen right now. I want to write something down. Watch this. I want to share. I'm going to bring my screen up right now. Or it's fine. I don't want to distort any technical difficulties. So just pay attention, okay? Because today we don't have a lot of resources to be able to make sure you guys get all the things. But I mean, sorry for the technical difficulty for today. But watch this. You need to be able to understand that if you want to bridge from abstract to practical, you need to hear what I'm about to say. Please, 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 please write. Don't just listen, write. First of all, there is something called knowledge. It is true. That is what I am giving to you now. This knowledge you are hearing is abstract. It's just an existence in thoughts. But this knowledge that you are hearing, I need to help you to translate that knowledge into action. And then that action eventually must end up in your habit. And when it ends up in your habit, you need to allow it to become your identity. Are you with me? Knowledge is the things you hear that leads to action. So if right now fire burns me right now, if I have a fire and it touches my hand, I am now aware that this thing burns. The action next time is this. Sorry, the action next time is this. Are you guys with me? Now, the action there simply means, oh my God, I had to remove my hand so that at the end of the day, the fire doesn't burn me. So if I remove my hand and the fire doesn't burn me next time, that action is leading to a good habit that is preserving my hand. Then now the identity will be a careful young man, a careful gentleman. Are you with me? So knowledge, action, habit, identity. So the cycle of transformation is in 4 levels. Please write it down. The cycle of transformation. Number 1, you need to hear, you need to learn. I need to teach, you need to learn. They need to teach, I need to learn. So the first thing is you hear, you learn. It's abstract. Then after you learn or you hear, you remember the example I gave? You can read a swimming book for many years. And eventually, if you jump in the pool, you will still drown. It's impossible to get into the pool for the first time and not experience drowning. Anybody who have not experienced almost drowning doesn't mean almost dying. Almost drowning means that you were able to control yourself to come out of the drowning. Same thing with trading. Anybody who have not experienced losses inevitably, eventually will experience no wins. It is a law. Anyone on this earth who have experienced heat has experienced cold. That is why you can tell the difference. So how do you know you are winning if you don't know the difference between losses and wins? It's a law. So what you are hearing now is abstract. Then after you have heard what I am saying, it has to lead to applicable truth. So now, next time when you hear the mandates of TP Family, what did I say? Our goal is to transform minds and raise kingdom-aligned leaders through practical, spiritual, and then psychological truth. We are not just teaching. There is practicality involved. So you hear, then you apply. What am I teaching now? The cycle of transformation. This is the subtopic. Don't forget the main topic, beyond abstract concepts. The reason why something is not changing in your trading, in your life, is because the theories is too much than your action, your motion. Are you with me? So the cycle of transformation. Number 1, you need to hear. You cannot not learn. You need to learn, but it's abstract. Then you need to apply practical action. Then the third one is you need to repeat. Do you know what is there in repetition? When you are doing something over and over again, it's called routine. Routine is when you repeat what you know you have to do over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time when I was teaching on discipline and routine, I said something. I said discipline is staying loyal to the decision you made, and routine is what helps you to stay loyal. Routine is important. And so when you repeat the things you are doing over and over and over again, it becomes a habit. So people sometimes say, Cliff, I don't have a good habit. Well, you are wired. You need to rewire it by putting yourself in a routine. Routine doesn't have to be boring. Listen to me carefully now. There are people here who struggle to read. I don't like opening pages of a book. For me, do you know how I read? By listening to audios. I love listening to audios. I don't have the time to even sit down all the time to read. So sometimes I have to be on the move. But in the car, my AirPods is in my ear. I'm learning. All right? I'm learning. Yes, I do read most of the times, but most of the times I listen mostly. I love audiobooks. It helps my personality. The goal is to get knowledge here. So I'll not come and sit here and tell you, oh, you should be reading 5 pages a day. Chief, I listen to 5 pages. Are you with me? So there are people here right now, if your routine of reading 5 pages a day, you are struggling, cut it down to 2. Routine is not meant to struggle you. Routine is not meant to stress you. A routine is meant to help you. So if your routine is stressing you, it's not a routine. A routine is supposed to help you, not break you. Being disciplined is not meant to strangle you. Being disciplined is meant to help you. Imagine you said you want to stay loyal to a friend, and the friend always keep on disappointing you, bullying you, making you feel bad about yourself, and you go like, I want to be loyal to this friend. Why would you do that? The person is pulling you down anyways. You don't have to stay loyal to something that doesn't deserve loyalty, right? So a routine that is hurting you, there is no reason to be loyal to it. But when you realize this, that a routine is meant to help you, and you don't need to connect so much, I need to get there now. That is the issue. Because it takes time to become. So you need to understand that when you hear the knowledge, the next thing you ask yourself is, what is the practical action? So anytime you go on any call, any room of any conference, when you hear the abstract truth, the next question is, what is the practical action? Why? Because a student who has learned is ready to do. Is that true? Then the third thing is repeat. The fourth one is identity shift. You become the thing you once studied. So psychology only becomes real only when it is studied, practiced, and embodied. This is the problem. Cliff, I've heard all the teachings. Cliff, I've read Trading in the Zones. Yeah, good for you. Abstract. It's just a concept. Where is the practical things you need to do? Now, trading application here is what I'm going to give you right now. Then we take it out from there. Are you with me? So the next thing I want to talk to you right now about is, I'm going to give you guys, today we're going to finish early because this is our reopening. So we're going to finish early today. But then this season is all going to be about practical truth. I'm not going to be breaking them down too much. I'm going to be giving you, there is a lot of these, but I selected only 6 abstracts to take beyond in trading. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. The first one, so that is a subtopic. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. I'm ready to teach. You are ready to learn. I'm ready to teach. You are ready to learn. I know people sometimes that, don't worry about them. They don't understand why we do the things we do. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. Number 1, write down emotions. So I will give you the name of the emotion, the psychological for. Yes, I will give you the name of the concepts, and I will tell you how to go beyond the abstract concepts. Are you with me? An example, I will show you. What am I trying to do today? I am explaining to you the reason why things are the way it is for you. That is all that I am doing. I am not trying to tell you that it's not possible for you. I'm trying to let you understand it is possible, very possible for you, but there is a reason things has not gone beyond abstract concepts, because you only know the abstract. Now we need to talk about the beyond. Emotions. So you have heard this before. Don't be emotional. All right? So emotions, don't be emotional. Control your emotions. They are abstract. How do we go beyond the abstract? Are you with me? How do we go beyond the abstracts? Now, a lot of people don't understand this, but some of the practical ways to go beyond abstract concepts when it comes to controlling emotions in trading, physical manifestation of that sentence is number one. I'll put this as number one, is journaling. You need to not journaling your trades, not I took an SL and I hit TP. No. Journaling how you felt before and after a trade. You need the patterns. You see, in trading, you don't only just study the patterns of the market, you also need to study the patterns of the trader. You also need to study the patterns of the trader. So journal how you felt before and after your trading. Then that is the first one. I want to talk to you guys for a second. Let me go into the comment chat right now. This is very important for me that you guys understand this. I want to go into the comment section right now. Let me go into the comment section right now. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I want you guys, can you guys hear me loud and clear? Watch this. I want to talk to you guys for a second. I want today's lesson to feel like I'm talking to you and I'm not just talking to a lot of people. I'm talking to you personally. Watch this. You want to learn and you want to grow and you want to become. I get that. I get that. Please watch this. Listen. I get the whole entire concept of how people are getting confused every single day in trading. This lesson may feel like I am giving words, but if you pay attention, this knowledge will give you so much clarity that you'll be wondering, how did you get here? I'm giving you 6 powerful abstracts to take you beyond in trading. Number 1 is emotions. We all know emotions exist in trading. You can't take it out. But how then do you control your emotions? Let's go beyond the abstracts. Number 1, journaling. What are you journaling? That means you need to have a notepad. Right now, you see, we are bringing the concept, which is abstract, from that existence in thought into practical manifestation. Are you with me? So somebody tells you, don't be emotional. When you, let's say, for example, you were a mentor and you are listening to me, or you are teaching a group of people. When you tell them don't be emotional, also tell them this is what you need to do not to be emotional. Number 1, journal how you feel before and after your trading, because you need to study those patterns. Because it's possible that Monday you are doing well, Tuesday you are doing well, Wednesday you are doing well, but Thursday, Fridays in pattern, something always goes wrong. It is not for everybody, but you have studied that pattern in your trading, and you could say, man, even if I won't stay away from trading on Friday or Thursday, I will be careful. Because because emotional intelligence is not about magic, it's awareness of your emotions. So what is the first step of bringing this concept into physical manifestation? Journal how you feel before you trade and after trading. Physical manifestation of a practical way. Number 2, what do you do to control your emotions? Step away. Step away from your screen after 2 consecutive losses. Don't sit there. Because if you sit there and the trade has hit your stop loss and it reverses back and it hits that trading view alert, your brain will be angry. You will be emotional. Step away. Oh, but Cliff, what if it goes to my direction? Step away. I am not telling you things that you can narrow your way around and see if you can survive. You won't survive. How many times have you said you will control your emotions even though you had 2 losses and you blew the account? It won't work. Chief, flee. Are you with me? Step away. It is very important that you understand that. Step away. So the first thing you need to be able to understand is number 1. Hi. How you doing? So the first thing that you need to be able to understand is this. The number one, emotions, you cannot eliminate it from your trading directly. Are you guys with me? You cannot eliminate emotions from your trading directly. You can't. You are going to be emotional, whether you like it or not. And so I'm giving you the practical things you need to do to go beyond that abstract concept of don't be emotional. So what did I say? Number one, you need to journal how you felt before and after your trading day. Number two, you need to step away from your screen after at least 2 consecutive losses. At least 2 consecutive losses. Step away. Don't let your brain convince you you'll be fine. You won't be. You won't be. You lost $50 and you lost another $100, or you lost $10,000, or you lost $5,000. Step away. These are practical things. Are you with me? Then one more thing I will add to this to go beyond an abstract concept is also breathing in and out, or practicing the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Some people don't do that and it is fine by me. But do you know why you need to practice 4-7-8 breathing technique? It's not a magical thing. Being able to breathe when situation is under pressure means that you can stay calm. It's a practical way. It's as simple as that. So 3 things I'm giving you. I don't want to teach too much because we're going to be picking all these topics one by one and talk about their practical ways more. But then let me repeat it again. Emotions. You have heard this before. Control your emotions. What does that mean? To go beyond an abstract concept simply means you have to, number one, journal how you felt before and after your trade. Number 2, step away from your screen after at least 2 consecutive losses. I'm not saying, you see, people sometimes say, I have a rule. And the rule is that if I lose 2 times in a row, I stop trading. How do you stop trading when you are still sitting behind a desk? That you didn't stop trading. To stop trading when you actually hit 2 stop losses in a row means you have to step away from the screen. Are you guys with me? So that is for the emotions part. I'm going to take my time for you guys to understand this because we are almost there. I'm giving you 6 powerful abstracts to take beyond in trading. Number 1 is emotions, or you have read it before. Don't be emotional. How do you practically not be emotional? Journal your traits, because the more you know your emotions, the more you can be able to be intelligent around it. That is the definition of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is you being aware of your emotions as well as others to be able to control that emotion and then interpret it and control it. Are you guys with me? Yes. So number 1, journal how you felt before and after your trading. Number 2, what did I say? Step away, flee. Let's not even say step away, flee, because stepping away means that you are going and you are still watching back. Run. All right. Until you become seriously mature to be able to handle 2 losses and say it's fine and move on to do something else, flee. All right. And then the last one I will give you is breathe. Like the whole point of the breathing technique, as I told you guys, when I say 4-7-8 breathing technique, is when you breathe in for 4 seconds. So you breathe in, then you hold your breath for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you breathe out for 8 seconds. You do that for 5 minutes. It takes oxygen into your brain. Every single time your brain has enough oxygen in there, what it does is that it helps you to avoid being mentally fatigued. All right. So these are the 3 practical things I will tell you to be able to do that will help you not to be emotional. So the next time that Cliff say don't be emotional, what Cliff is basically saying is that journal your traits. What Cliff is saying, step away if you had losses that you couldn't bear. Are you guys with me? If you understand this, drop some number 1s in the chat and let's go on to the next one. All right. All right. If you guys already dropped some number 1s in the chat, let's go to the second one. I want you guys to make sure you're getting ready. Okay? You with me? Good. Let's go. So now we've talked about emotions, which is don't be emotional. We have given practical things. Step away. The second one is discipline. You've heard it before. Be disciplined. You want to be. You are not bad. You really wish that you were disciplined, but you don't know how to go beyond that abstract concept. What do? So you write things down like risk FX percentage per trade, either 1 to 2%. They are all things you have written down. But how do you actually do that? You have to follow only setups that is written in your plan. But the first thing is if you don't have it written down, you cannot follow it. All right. Now, these are all things that you are going to be doing. But one of the most powerful practical thing I will suggest to you right now when it comes to being disciplined about your risk is basically about reviewing your journal weekly to see where you broke your rules. Every single time you become aware of something over and over and over again, there is something that naturally it does to your brain. I've given this example before, and some of you guys will be able to agree. let's say, for example, somebody, let's say I'm in a room currently right now. I'm not alone in this room, but let's say, for example, you walk into this room right now, and we are like, a couple of few people here as well. And when you came into this room, we laughed with you, we talked with you, and then we say, hey, how are you doing? Yada yada yada. And then you went out and you left your phone here in the room, and we didn't know you were coming back. And so we're saying bad things about you, well, God forbid, but we're saying bad things about you. And then when you came back, you were about to knock, but you heard your name and you heard the bad things about you. No matter how you respect each and every single person in this room, eventually that feelings you have towards this individual will go away. You know why? Because something has happened to your brain. You have become aware. Awareness is very powerful. It rewires your mind. And so when every single week you review your journal weekly to see where you broke your rules, eventually something will happen to your understanding regarding being disciplined about something. And then there are also people that the reason why they are struggling to be disciplined following their rules is because they don't have a reason to follow their rules. If you ask the average retail trader right now, why are you trading this account? He will say, I want to make money. Well, good for you, but why? Because I want to just make money. Okay, if you just want to make money, the market will also just want to take from you. You need to have a reason. It has to be concrete. Some people are here trading for your family. You want to provide for your family. The least you can do, practical way, print the album of your family, the ones you are trading for on their behalf, and put it in front of your desk. The more you see their faces, you will behave. All right, that is one way. It doesn't mean that is the only way. I'm giving you things that you can do to basically take away the I don't know, I'm not disciplined into action. Being disciplined is not forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. It's you being loyal to what you said you would do. So next time when you say, I don't know, I'm not disciplined, change the sentence and say, I don't know, I'm not loyal to do what I said I would do. Are you with me? So one of the first things that you can do, in my own opinion, on top priority, is review your journal weekly to see how or where you broke your rules. And that means it could be your emotional journal, or it could be also your trading journal. Review all of them. Okay. So number one, what did I say? Emotions. What do? You step away, you journal your trades, and so on and so forth. Number two is discipline. Discipline here is that if you hear somebody telling you, or you are telling somebody, be disciplined. So if you are a mentor here, the next time that you go to your groups, you say, guys, I have found the key on going beyond abstract concepts in helping traders mindset. Next time in this group, so you, the mentor, you are speaking to your people now. In this group, next time when I say don't be emotional, I'm saying step away from your screen after 2 consecutive losses. It is not an opinion, it's a must. Doesn't mean it's mandatory. Leave, flee. Discipline means so you can create even a small meeting, 30 minutes. You meet all of your team members. What do? You review, or basically they review their weekly, trades with you. Simple as that. So number 3 is patience. You have heard it before. Patience, be patient, be patient, be patient. It's an abstract concept. When you tell someone to be patient, what does that mean? Patience is not just about waiting. Patience is about the attitude you are using to wait. So you can wait for 3 hours and you were not patient. So patience is not about waiting. It's about the attitude that you were waiting with. So when we say be patient, it's just an abstract concept. How do we go beyond that abstract concept? So for example, waiting for a candle to close, before confirmations, blah, blah, blah. You will say, hey, I'm trading only 1 to 3 quality setups and I'm waiting for just the move that is right. The way to be patient, mostly sometimes involves you. It sometimes involves you also being able to set alerts. So the trading view structure is structured in a way that you can set an alert, whether on your trading view, or also there are different platforms. Even with some brokers, they have their own way of also doing that as well. So one of the things that you need to be able to understand is when they say be patient, it doesn't mean that you are going to sit on your computer, like on your desk right now, and you are just going to wait. You can't. You can try, but it's not going to be that easy to sit down, because as a human being, when you're sitting on the chart, it keeps on, doing all those things and so on and so forth. Also, I want to add something to the point 1. I'm going to come back to patience again. I forgot. When they say don't be emotional, if you are somebody that the red candle and the blue candle, or the white and black, whatever, if 2 different colors give you different emotions, change your candlestick to 1 color pattern. so that you only look at. It depends. It's not compulsory for everybody, but this is something that has helped many of my clients. Change the color of your candlestick to at least one color, so that you don't care about the up or down by color, but you care about it by structure. This is another extra point I wanted to give. Okay, so let's get back to patience. So with patience, one of the ways to actually be able to wait well is to set an alert and just go do your stuff. If it triggers, so you can set the alerts in an area where it is not exactly at the point of the entry or the POI. You can set it in a way whereby it's like, almost maybe 50 pips before that, so that you can go and sit back down there and just breathe in before and then get into the market. So patience is not just about waiting. So if you sit down and then you are agitated, wanting the move to happen quick for you, you are not being patient. You are just only trying to do some certain things to make sure. If you're not careful, you will not even. That is why people say, I don't know, I'm not patient. So patience is not just about waiting. It's an attitude you wait with. So if you don't have the time to sit down on your desk and sit down 24/7, why don't you set an alert? It's a practical way of helping you for you to be patient. Right with me? Imagine you going to sit at the airport. Let's say your flight is 2 p.m. and you sit at the airport at 6 a.m. If you sit at the airport at 6 a.m. and your flight is 2 p.m., eventually you will lose patience. It's as simple as that. So there is something in man that is called running out of patience. It doesn't mean you are bad. As a human being, you are not going to be able to wait forever. So everybody has a limit. That is why I said step away from the screen and be able to check. Step away from the screen and check how every single thing is by writing these things down. So you need to be able to understand. What did I say? Number one, the first thing you need to be able to understand when it comes to be patient is set an alert. Number two, you need to be able to understand that when you are just waiting like that, as a human being, you need to know your limits of your waiting. Please write it down. So this will now go into the journaling. As for journaling, it's very, very important. As for journaling, it's very, very, very important. So number one, you need to be able to understand that if you are going to be able to be patient, you need to at least have systems in place. Set alerts and several things to make sure you're not always sitting on the computer 24/7. Because as a human being, there is something called running out of patience. If you wait 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe some hours, eventually you get exhausted. So you need to know your limits of your waiting ability. So journaling, right? So that is for patience. Number 4 is risk management. You may have heard this before. Use proper risk management. But here's a case where you too also, you want to make more money. All right? You need to make more money. So if you want to make more money, okay, so as a human being, you may have heard me say this before. I'm going to share my screen for this. Okay, so can I answer this question quickly? I'm going to come. How do you know? Okay, I'm going to come back to it. Let me share my screen and share something quickly. I'm coming once again. Let me share my screen. I want to teach something. Okay, so you have heard me saying this before. When it comes to risk management, it's not about how you feel. Because risk management is the conviction you have about something. Watch my screen right now. So the first thing you need to be able to understand is this. Watch this. I've explained this before, but I'm going to explain it again. If all you have is $100 in your account, somebody messaged me on Instagram and was asking me if he can make good amount. I don't know what good amount of money is, but good amount of money with $10. And if this person is following right now, I didn't answer that question because I don't know what to say. Number one, I don't want to tell you no. I don't want to tell you yes. But you should know where I stand by those kind of questions. It's not whether it's possible or it's not. It's about the reality of what that means. Okay, so you can make $1 on top of $10, and it's good percentage, but it's small money. So if you ask me if it's possible, are you talking in terms of buying a G-Wagon Brabus with $10? I mean, that is not logical, right? So at the end of the day, this is what you have to understand. If you have $100, that is all that you have. Then you need to be able to understand that $100, it can make some money and buy you some bread, buy you some milk, and buy you some groceries, but it cannot rent the house. All right, it can't. Even if you can do that, you don't know how long you will survive with. I don't know, but I'm just saying. So if all you have is, let's say, for example, $1,000. Now, I'm not saying some people have not flipped whatever to whatever before. I'm not saying that. but I'm saying that it's 1 in a million, 1 in a hundreds. And if you are willing to lose $100 to make 1,000, then you can take the risk every single day. If you lose it, you try again. That's up to you. But if I'm going to be teaching you the right knowledge, here's the point. If all you have is $1,000, and this $1,000 you want to be able to use to buy, pay your bills, leisure, you want to go on trips with that, so on and so forth. The reality is that $1,000 will be packed with emotions. And every single time this $1,000 is packed with emotions, the reality is you're going to struggle. Because even if you make $10 here, if you make $10 out of this, $1,000, you will not still be happy. You know why? Because at the end of the day, $10 cannot be able to pay that debt. So even though $10 can buy some level of groceries, it's not going to make you excited because you don't want to just buy groceries. You also want to pay off your debts. So one of the things that I tell people all the time is that one thing you need to understand is split your money into several structures. So there is something called capital management, and we have risk management. Risk management is the risk exposure to a trade. Capital management is the understanding of the capital you have and how to be able to manage and control it. So if your capital management is off, meaning that how much do you have right now, that if you lose, it will not affect you. It's $1,000. Great. What do you do with that? Don't put all the $1,000 in one account. Make sure at least if you have two problems, have two accounts. 500 and 500, two accounts. If you're going to be trading two assets, whatever, I don't know. Some people have one account right now. They trade GBP, JPY, they trade NAS 100, they trade, GBP, they trade gold in it, they trade oil, they trade BTC on the weekend, every single thing. You're not going to make money like that. It's like basically saying you want to run a grocery store, and beside the chocolate box, there is rat poison. What are you doing? Eventually, you will pick one and eat, right? So at the end of the day, you need to be able to understand the same thing here in trading. You need to split the account into several structures to make sure that the emotions are being dealt with. So if you have $500 and this $500 is for your groceries and your family, the reality is some days there is no way by the end of the week with proper risk management, with trading the right market, you will not be able to make $50 to $100. Let's say $50. Okay, let's say you don't want to over leverage, just probably some good simple lot size. Now this $50 can be able to buy some groceries. It will not let you leave luxury, but it can be able to buy some groceries, right? Now this will make you fulfilled on this account. But then if you have all the accounts together, the issue is that you will not be fulfilled even if you make $50 on top of 1,000. Now, as simple as what I'm saying is, the minute you separate your account, it will deal with that psychologically for you. So remember, what am I teaching you? I'm teaching you about trading psychology. And I'm telling you, there are things you need to do beyond this abstract concepts. So if you only listen to me and it ends up here and you don't go and actually open the accounts and separate your money, you will not be fulfilled. So sometimes many clients I meet, I ask them a question. Have you made blues before? Have you made some money? They say yes. Have you made $5 before? They say yes. Have you made $10 before? They say yes. Have you made $100 before? Some of them will even tell me, Cliff, I grew my account to 100%. And I ask them the question, so what are you doing here? They say, yeah, but I don't know why I sabotage. You are just not happy with the profit you made. There is no issue with your trading. You just don't understand the way you should structure the whole game. So you have $1,000. If you don't have any issues, and this $1,000 is for just groceries, I can assure you, you are a profitable trader. If you have the skill set, it's going to be easy for you. But if this $1,000 is meant to pay debt, bills, but Cliff, I have debt though, how can I do it? It takes time. Relax. Solve your milk problem first. Are you with me? Good. So let's get back to basics. So what did I say? Risk management. The first thing I will give you right now to make sure the risk management is on point is to define the account. Make sure your account doesn't just have a name called Cliff Cheqona at the top. Give it a name. Groceries. Write it down in your journal. This account is for groceries. This account is for fuel, transportation. Write it down. Don't assume it's for groceries. Don't assume. Write it down. Name it. Give a meaning to that name, to that account. So that is one of the best practical advice I will give you in risk management structure. When you name your account and when you connect a conviction to the account, it changes everything. All right. And then you need to be able to track your risk management. And then you need to also know how much you're going to lose before you enter the trade. Those things are practical things. Taking calculator and then type. People sometimes ask me, Cliff, what is the best confirmation in trading? And I gave this example and it was funny. And I said, if you go to If you go to a Lamborghini shop, the confirmation is not if they have a car, it's if you have the money. So confirmation is about your pocket. It's not about the product. So same thing in trading. You can analyze the market perfectly, but then the confirmation is not if the market is ready on the POI. Is that can you afford it? So that is a question you gotta ask yourself. Can I afford this stop loss? Can I afford these losses? So for me, when somebody tells me confirmation, when they tell me about their confirmation and then risk management is not part of it, I say you have not confirmed yet. Because the real meaning of confirmation is the question, can I afford it? That is it. If you cannot afford the trade, it is not yours to take. Because it is not generic, it's relative. Risk is relative, meaning that somebody's 3% on a $30,000 account is not the same as 3%, all right, on your account. So monetary wise is different, but in terms of percentage, it can be the same. But you need to be able to understand risk is not generic, it's relative. All right, it's relative. So confirmation for me in one word is, can I afford it? Because we all know that there are many people on this call that you have predicted certain assets was going to go up, and it's going up. The question is, it's not like you didn't know the direction. You just couldn't afford it where it was at that time. That is why we tell people, stay away from sideways market, because where the entry will be, you may not be able to afford it as far as your account is concerned. So after you have analyzed everything, your POI, your market structure, every single thing, you have been able to confirm liquidity sweep, whatever that is that you do, you need to end up asking yourself one question: can I afford the loss? If the answer is no, it's not your trade to take. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is FOMO. Last but one is fear of missing out. People sometimes tell you, don't chase the market. It is an abstract concept. Don't chase the market is an abstract concept. How do you go beyond that abstract concept? You have to create a pre-market bias and a markup before the session. If you don't have a pre-market routine and a post-market routine, you are always going to be caught up into fear of missing out. Because fear of missing out is not knowing where you are going. That is it. Imagine if you walk into the airport and then everybody looks too excited going to another country and you don't know where you are going. You're going to ask yourself, oh, man, why don't I join them, right? Because you don't know where you are going. But if you know where you are going and you know that you booked your ticket ahead of time and you know where you're going before you went to the airport, you will keep on going to your destination. So fear of missing out is when you don't know where you're going. So you need to have a pre-market routine and a post-market routine. And then if you miss an entry, you need to log it, don't revenge trade it. So, people sometimes think that missing a trade without execution simply means you didn't trade. You did, you just only missed the entry. If you buy a bus ticket, and you miss the bus, it doesn't mean you didn't have the ticket. All right, you bought the bus ticket, you just only missed the bus. So when you miss an entry, don't let it stay in your head. Write it down and say, and you can even follow the trade. And I know if emotionally you are not strong, it will pain you if it goes your direction. But try to log in every single missed entries as part of trades you took. You know why? Because you are not just only tracking trades that made you money and those that lost you money. You are tracking the whole entire structure of your game plan, of your edge, of your strategy. So you want to have as much data as you can have so that it will help your conviction. So log it. Don't just ignore it and say, oh, I missed this trade and that is it. Write it down. On 30th of August, I missed this trade, but then it did XYZ. Log it. So these are practical things you need to do to kill FOMO. What that will tell you is that, okay, even though I missed this entry, I will catch it again if it happens again, because according to my data, it is clear I could have caught it. It helps your mindset, okay? And then the last thing I would say is I use alerts so that you are called to setups, not drive by emotions. Use alerts, all right? Use alerts. Alert is very important. Set alerts. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is consistency. You have heard this before. Be consistent. When somebody tells you be consistent, it's an abstract concept. The last one, how do you stay consistent? All right, you need to trade one strategy system for at least 90 days minimum. A lot of people keeps on changing strategy every single 2 to 3 weeks. It's not going to work like that. You need to stick to one system at least for 90 days. Because in the area of becoming anything in this world, time plays an important role. So when you trade one system or a strategy for at least 90 days minimum, it does something to your mind. All right. And then you have to measure your progress in risk-reward ratio plus withdrawals. not just winning rate, withdrawals. People sometimes say, Cliff, I don't know why I'm not withdrawing, because you never went to the back office to click withdraw. You need to go and withdraw. If you have made some certain amount of good money, withdraw it. I was giving somebody an example. He said, I want to compound. And I said, you don't compound in your trading account, because any money that is in your trading account is not yours. It's still for the brokerage. So you don't have to keep the money in the brokerage account to say I'm compounding. You just need to understand how to balance the sheet. So what I mean by that is this. Imagine the restaurant near you, one of the biggest powerful restaurants near you. Imagine maybe if they started in 2010, they are still keeping all the money in the cash log in their restaurant. Do you think that people will go there to eat? No, they will go there to do something else, which is to go get money from there. It's no more even a restaurant, it's a bank, isn't it? So you need to be able to understand that even though the restaurant is putting the money in the bank, it is still the restaurant's money. So you can have another separate account, whether your bank, whatever, discipline yourself, withdraw the profit and put them there and call that money the compounding money, not the one in your brokerage. So how then do you become consistent? Some of you guys, if you taste withdrawals today, your trading will change. All you have to do is to go to the back office and the profit, even if it's little as $1,500, withdraw something. So you have to measure your progress by risk to reward ratio plus withdrawals, not just win rates. Then you need to show up. One of the things that I'm going to say right now here that is a very powerful key in trading: show up at the same time each trading day. Don't change your trading showing up days. Show up at the same time each trading day. Very important that you guys understand this. Are you with me? So these are the 6 powerful abstract concepts that I'm going to give you, like beyond an abstract concept. This foundation that I've given you guys is what we're going to be stepping on to be learning practical things. Now, talking about practical things, please do pay attention to the community tab. I don't think that flyer is ready, but then because of some few technical difficulties we have, we cannot be able to give you guys the link to subscribe to the newsletter today. But then during the week, maybe either Wednesday or Tuesday, God willing, we will give you guys a newsletter link. The purpose of why you should subscribe to the newsletter is because we want to give you all a practical framework. So for example, each and every masterclass that you're going to be, watching is going to help you to be able to apply what you are learning practically. So there are going to be many programs this season. We have one of them is called the Fear Breaker. So the Fear Breaker is coming soon. You guys are going to be able to download it. It's a Fear Breaker program whereby any type of fear, like FOMO, whatever or not, you are going to be able to break that with the program that you guys are going to be using. And so there are many practical things that are coming on this season, but the purpose of this message was to let you understand the reason why something is not happening for you is because you are not going beyond the abstract concept. It's not your fault. It happens in so many areas, including even training psychology. So if you didn't get anything I was teaching you today, don't forget, what did I say? I said something very powerful, and I said, listen, if you want to be able to go beyond abstract concept, you need to understand this, that psychology is not about what you hear, it's about what you end up doing because of what you know. And what did I say? That there are cycles of transformation. You hear, you apply, you repeat, and then it becomes an identity shift. So if you are studying something, you need to practice it, and then it becomes embodied. Are you with me? It is very important that you understand this. So abstract concepts will only inspire you, but they will not transform you. And as a human being, what did I tell you? There is something called you can run out of patience. It's not just human being, it's also God's character. It is true, it is in the Bible. God also ran out of patience. When you read Job, you will understand that Job says something very powerful. He says, God, I know you. You are a God of mercy. But in chapter 1, he says something very powerful as well. He said, if I run away from the people of Nineveh, eventually you'll be angry and destroy them. Isn't that interesting? Why? Because God can run out of patience. So it is God's character and we are his image. So when you run out of patience next time, it is not out of character. It's perfectly normal when something is delaying too much. Are you with me? So it's very important that you understand that patience is not magic. It's not something you do because you have this powerful habit of not running out of patience. You can, but it's not just about waiting. It's the attitude you wait with. So abstract concepts will only inspire you, but they will not transform you. So the more you listen to this masterclass week in, week out, if something is not happening to you. For example, we are about to launch our bootcamp. Why are we launching the bootcamp? Because now we have done the foundation of the TP Masterclass, right? So now you get the concept of trading psychology. If we don't launch this bootcamp, eventually, if we reach, let's say, 100 episodes of TP Masterclass, some of you guys will not be here anymore. Because you'll be like, man, am I going to always keep on just listening to trading psychology? Yes. But then, can't I get more? It's true. You need more. So that is why we are doing more. So it's logic. We need to give you more because you need more. So it will only transform you when it starts to become practical. So trading psychology is not about what you hear. Remember, it's about what you do with what you know. If you don't go beyond abstract concepts, your trading in your life will remain the same. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for today's masterclass. If you learned something today, drop some number ones in the chat and let me know. We are back live and colored TP family. And this season of TP Masterclass, we are going to go beyond abstract concepts. We are going to go beyond abstract concepts. We have talked about all the foundations. We've done that. But we are going to go beyond abstract concepts. All right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hopping on this call. Stay tuned to all the announcements and every single thing. We will get back to you guys and so on and so forth. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. God bless you all. And also, one of the things that before we go, I want to, I don't want to ignore those who ask me the questions, but then I'm going to give you an email. Send me that question to my email. I will send you a reply. The email is Cliff. All those sending emails to the old email you have, I may receive it or it may get clouded. Cliff@cliffcheqona.com is the new email. You will get me directly. So if you truly want answers, send me the email to this email, cliff@cliffcheqona.com. Cliff@cliffcheqona.com. Cliff, C-L-I-F-F. All right, let me write it down here. Cliff@cliffcheqona.com. All right. Just email me here. If you have questions on this TP Masterclass, instead of we taking too much time answering here, send me the reply or send me the email to this email personally for myself. And then if you want to reach out to the team as well, you already have the team already gave you. And don't forget about the testimonials, please, so that we can be able to also have it here and play live and color. So guys, today's lesson, my attempt was to show you that there is a reason why something is not transforming you. It's because the concept is still remaining as an abstract one, but we need to go beyond in this season. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of TP Masterclass. I'm happy and grateful that we are back. And if you're excited, just drop your excitement in the comment section. But with that all being said, thank you so much. God bless you all and take care. Bye-bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind. Check.